It's time for Wenatchee AppleSox Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel. Tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Chelan County PUD, Global Car Care, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Mini Blinds and more, One Way Construction, Sangster Motors, and Save Mart. Now, let's go live to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium for tonight's Wenatchee AppleSox game on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, home of the Wenatchee AppleSox. I'm Eric Granstrom as we bring you baseball tonight here for the West Coast League. It's the Wenatchee AppleSox taking on the Northwest Star Academy Nighthawks, coming in with a record of 5-11. The AppleSox, meanwhile, are 14-25 in the West Coast League, 19-27 overall. They're 5-2 in non-league play. They opened the season against this team that's here tonight and lost both games. In fact, that's the only non-league games the AppleSox have lost, so they're hoping to get a little retribution coming up here tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here for tonight's ball game. First, for the visitors, who come in, as I mentioned, with that record of 5-11, the Northwest Star Academy. And they're basically Clark Community College. That's if you break it all down, you look at how many Clark Community College players they have on the roster and in the starting lineup. That is what you have. The head coach is Jeff Bard. He's assisted by Casey Dyer and Sean Dirksen. Batting first, playing shortstop, will be Caden Parker, a 5'7", 165-pound out of Clark Community College. Batting second will be second baseman Quadrice Teague, a Lower Columbia product. Batting third will be Jack Thompson, a third baseman out of Lewis and Clark. Batting fourth, Nick Lorenzo, left fielder from Clark Community College. Batting fifth, Travis Helm, the first baseman from Clark CC. Brendan Kimball will bat sixth. He's the DH tonight, also out of Clark Community College. Batting seventh, the catcher Jacob Cobb out of Mount Hood. Batting eighth will be Ryan Camp, the right fielder from Linfield. And batting ninth will be second baseman Cy Steele out of Clark Community College. Starting pitcher for the visitors tonight, Tannen Mine, a 6'3", 245-pounder out of Clark Community College. He does not have a record of 1.17 earned run average, making his third start of the summer for the Northwest Star Academy. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee AppleSox tonight, as announced by their head coach, Ian Sanderson. And let's take a look at that here for the AppleSox. Batting first will be center fielder Enzo Apodaca, a 5'9", 180-pound redshirt freshman from Gonzaga. Batting second will be second baseman Jackson Vanderbray, a sophomore out of Tacoma Community College. Batting third baseman Zach Toya, a freshman from Utah. Batting fourth will be left fielder A.J. Guerrero, a freshman from the University of Washington. Batting fifth, the DH is Colin Villegas, a junior out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Batting sixth in the right field, Adam Selfridge, a junior from the University of the Pacific. Batting seventh, the catcher is Jake Wyeth, a sophomore from Santa Clara. Batting eighth is Tino Bethencourt, playing at first base. He's a sophomore from San Diego State. And batting ninth will be shortstop Garrett Cutting, who's a freshman from the University of Oregon. On the mound, getting the start for the AppleSox here tonight will be Jack Lee, a 6'1", 175-pound sophomore from UC Santa Barbara. He's got a record of 0-2 with an 8.48 earned run average. In his 13.2 innings of work, he's given up 3 home runs, and all 3 of those home runs came a week ago tonight in that opener we broadcast here live on the NCWLIFE Channel, with the Sox falling to Yakima Valley by a score of 15-5. Wenatchee trying to snap a 4-game losing streak here tonight, and they hope to do it in this non-leaguer against the Northwest Star Academy. We'll keep you up to date on what's happening throughout the rest of the West Coast League here for the weekend. We'll get you up to date on the standings, and we'll also keep a close eye on what's happening with the Seattle Mariners as they begin a 10-game road trip on the road at Texas tonight. And I'll give you a little tease. It's good so far. We'll talk more about that as the evening progresses. It's AppleSox baseball here live from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. We'll come back with our first pitch right after this here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Hey, all you kayakers, suppers, fisher people, boaters, and splish splashers. Water levels can change quickly. But don't worry, we've got an app for that. It's called Current. Check it out in the App Store and in Google Play. Hey, all you kayakers, suppers, fisher people, boaters, and splish splashers. Water levels can change quickly. But don't worry, we've got an app for that. It's called Current. Check it out in the App Store and in Google Play.
Yes, we would all love to have a crystal ball to tell us precisely where the local economy and real estate market is headed in 2021 and in the near future. However, what we do have here at NCWLIFE Channel are local experts we connect with every week to give us the inside scoop on all you need to know about your home and our local real estate market. Join me each week while we find out what's happening in the greater Wenatchee Valley. I'm your host, Crystal Hughes, and you are watching At Home with NCWLIFE.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
If Bigfoot can get cash back with a PUD rebate on heat pump water heaters, so can you. The rebates are real. Save $800 on your next water heater. Visit conservationmakesense.org to learn more. If Bigfoot can get cash back with a PUD rebate on new insulation, so can you. The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakesense.org to learn more.
Welcome back once again here to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. That is the gentleman who will be starting tonight's ball game, hoping for a much better night than he did a week ago against Yakima Valley. Jack Lee went 4 innings a week ago. He took the loss to fall to 0-2 on the summer, and definitely hoping for a better outing here tonight against the Northwest Star Academy Nighthawks. Again, coming in with a record of 5-11. Most of the lineup and most of the roster is made up out of Clark Community College. So it's basically a summer traveling team for Clark CC here tonight. I should mention that the assistant coaches for Coach Ian Sanderson are Wyatt McKnight and Danny Pulfer. As we mentioned the lineup here moments ago. Around the field defensively for the AppleSox tonight. As we mentioned, Jack Lee on the mound, trying to improve on that 0-2 record with an 8.48 earned run average. Jake Wyeth is behind the plate, his battery. Over at first base, you'll see Tino Bethencourt. There he is, wearing number 8 on his back. The second baseman is Jackson Vanderbray. The AppleSox have certainly had kind of a challenge of it in the infield here so far this season, hoping for a clean game here tonight. The shortstop is Garrett Cutting. He wears number 9. The third baseman is Zach Toya. He wears number 28. Out in left field, it's A.J. Guerrero out of the University of Washington. Gonzaga's Enzo Apodaca is in center field. And in right field, Adam Selfridge. Jack Lee will face Caden Parker, Quadrice Teague, and Jack Thompson to start our ball game here tonight. And our broadcast is brought to you in part by Apple Valley Honda, committed to preserving the environment not only with fuel-efficient vehicles but also with other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. Apple Valley Honda, proud to be a Honda green dealer. The AppleSox with their home unis, white trimmed in blue and red with the red caps and the blue brim. Meanwhile, the visitors tonight, well, they're an all-star. They're an academy team, but they all have the same uniform for a change, unlike what we saw here a few weeks ago with Cascade Collegiate here, with all wearing different uniforms. They're black tops with white numbers, the white emblem on the front, and then the gray pants. The dress here tonight for both ball clubs. Our umpires, Don Burt behind the plate calling balls and strikes, and Paul Weddle is on the base paths. And we're about ready for first pitch here tonight. And it is a warm one, 100 degrees at game time here on this muggy night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. So Jack Lee looks in, the left-hander gets his sign from Jake Wyeth, his catcher, settles in on the mound, always working from the stretch. And the first pitch on the way of the ball game is in there for a strike. Good way to start it. 0-1 the count to Caden Parker, a 5'7", 165-pounder from Clark Community College. He's batting .250 with 1 RBI on the summer in the 16 games for the Nighthawks. This pitch also taken for a strike, so quickly ahead in the count is Jack Lee. Of course, you remember a week ago, that first inning he got ahead of the first 3 batters he faced, but also gave up a home run and 4 runs in that first inning. 0-2 the count here to Parker as he's in the back of the right-hander's batter's box. He'll swing and foul it back and into the net behind home plate, so the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. Just underway here in Wenatchee tonight. Thanks for joining us on the NCWLIFE Channel as well as our Facebook feed. Actually, it was 100 moments ago, and then the temperature just jumped again to 102. Oh, my. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way to the plate is in there for strike 3. Gone looking is Caden Parker for the first out here of the ball game. So a good start for Jack Lee for the Wenatchee AppleSox. Lee coming into the game tonight with now 15 strikeouts on the season, 13 walks. He's given up 13 earned runs and 13 2/3 innings on 18 hits. So 1 down here in the first. That brings up Quadrice Teague in the left-handed batter's box. He's batting .149. He is prone to the strikeout. He leads the team in strikeouts with 19 on the summer. First pitch misses outside a tad. 1-0 the count to Quadrice Teague, a 5'7", 150-pounder out of Lower Columbia Community College. Lee taking his time, making sure he's on the same page with his catcher. And out in front of that pitch, swinging and missing, was Teague. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Teague's hometown, Vancouver. They've got 4 or 5 players out of Vancouver, Washington, playing for the Northwest Star Academy. 1-1 the count to Teague. This pitch swung on and hit on a hop back past the third baseman. Backhanding the ball is the shortstop, Cutting. His throw to first not in time, however. Good attempt by Garrett Cutting deep in the hole between short and third, but that'll be an infield single for Teague. So a man aboard for the Nighthawks, and that'll bring up third baseman Jack Thompson. Thompson's a 6'1", 205-pounder out of Lewis and Clark College. Second on the team in hitting, coming in with a .265 average. He'll step in the left-handed batter's box here. Third baseman for the Nighthawks with a runner at first base. Pitch to the plate is a curveball in for a strike. 0-1 the count to Jack Thompson. Again, Tino Bethencourt, the first baseman for Wenatchee over there at first base, keeping Teague close to the bag. There have not been a lot of steals for the All-Stars this summer. In fact, 16 times they've stolen bases successfully. Toss to the bag at first is not in time. In fact, they have 16 stolen bases but have been caught 12 times, so not a great average on the base paths trying to swipe a bag for the Nighthawks. 0-1 the count to Thompson. On a still night here at the ballpark. First time this season that we've had a winless night. Curveball here is in for a strike 2. 0-2 the count to Jack Thompson. He's got 4 RBIs on the season. Couple of doubles, 1 triple. Largest of the lineup here so far tonight between he and the man on deck, Nick Lorenzo. Mostly diminutive lineup here for the All-Stars. The 0-2 pitch on the way to the plate is a curveball missing low for ball 1, 1-2 the count. So Jack Lee doing a good job getting ahead of batters so far. Gave up a dribbling single to Quadrice Teague, who's over there at first base after striking out Caden Parker looking. So 1 down, 1 on, and a 1-2 count to Jack Thompson. Lee with a check over at the runner is going to throw that way, a little bit high on the throw to Bethencourt. We mentioned that Lee gave up 3 home runs last week in that game we broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel. The runner from first goes. The pitch swung on a miss. The throw down to second base will not be in time. So successfully stealing the bag there will be Teague, but the strikeout recorded for the second out. So now 2 down with a runner in scoring position for the Nighthawks. That'll bring up left fielder Nick Lorenzo. Lorenzo leads the team in hitting with a .320 average. A 6'2", 175-pounder from Clark Community College has 1 home run, a triple, and 2 doubles on the season. So Jack's got to watch his pitches here and not give him anything fat over the plate. Runner in scoring position at second base. Top of the first here in Wenatchee with 2 down. The pitch swung on a miss, and the count 0-1 on Nick Lorenzo. Lorenzo coming in with 8 hits and 25 plate appearances. Has played in 8 games for the Northwest Star Academy this summer. This pitch misses high with a fastball here, and the count evens to Lorenzo at 1 ball and 1 strike. A lot of big numbers on the backs of some of these players here in the starting lineup for the Academy. You don't see that very often. Lorenzo wearing number 68 on his back. And then you see 0 out there on the base paths in Teague. Here comes the 1-1 pitch on the way from Lee. It misses outside for a ball. 2-1 the count. Sox are down to 3 catchers on the club right now, and trying to get to equal time between the 3 of them. John Newman Jr., Jake Wyeth, and Colin Villegas. Of course, Wyeth behind the plate tonight, and Villegas in the lineup as a designated hitter. 2-1 to count to Lorenzo. Lee, a very slow worker out there on the mound for Wenatchee. Taking a long time to get this sign from Wyeth. And the pitch to the plate. Curveball. Didn't miss much. 3-1 now the count to Lorenzo. .102 degrees right now in Wenatchee, and it is sultry. And not in a good way. Jack Lee checks the runner at second. The pitch to the plate is a fastball inside for ball 4. So struck out a couple of batters, and now runners at first and second with 2 down. That'll bring up first baseman Travis Helm. Helm's out of Beaverton, playing for Clark Community College. 5'11", 165 pounds, batting .255 on the season. He has 13 RBIs on the season here for the Nighthawks. That leads the club. First pitch off speed missing for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Saw a little bit of that last week in the start for Jack Lee against Yakima Valley. Got ahead of the first few batters, then ran into some troubles, and then ran into some really big troubles with the walks. 1-0 the count to Helm here. And a turnaround look at second base, and close to the bag was Teague as Jackson Vanderbray came in from his second base position to make sure he stays close. One and 0 the count here to Helm with 2 down and 2 aboard. Fastball here is a called strike, and the count evens to Helm at 1 ball and 1 strike. Brendan Kimball waiting on deck, hoping for a shot here for the Academy in this top half of the first inning. little hazy here, going to make for a beautiful sunset, I imagine, here tonight. This pitch is taken for a strike. 1-2 the count now on Helm. Little smoke drifting down from fires burning to the north of us here in north central Washington, creating kind of a rosy hue to our setting sun here this evening, and it is sweltering. The 1-2 pitch by Lee on the way, swung on and fouled back, and the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. We'll catch you up to date on the Mariners game in Texas, taking on the Rangers in the first of a 3-game weekend series tonight. You'll like what I'll have to tell you if you are a Mariner fan. 1-2 the count, and again the pitch swung on and fouled out of play on the first base side. That's going to get over towards the basketball court where there's some youngsters over there playing some hoop right now here on this complex at Wenatchee Valley College, the Sandy Coopretter Athletic Complex. Helm is ready. Lee is ready. Takes a peek over his shoulder at the runner at second. And the 1-2 pitch on the way to the plate again. Curveball missing outside for ball 2. Well, the Mariners were reticent about saying who was going to start tonight. I thought it was Logan Gilbert's turn in the rotation, and sure enough, he is starting. And they're in the bottom of the 5th now in Texas. Curveball here misses high for ball 3. 3-2 the count. So the inning began with a strikeout looking, and then a little infield base hit to Teague. He stands at second base now after a stolen base. Jack Thompson struck out. Nick Lorenzo is at first after a walk, and now a 3-2 count to Travis Helm. So Jack Lee needs to get out of this one here. This pitch swung on and hit in the air to right field. Long run for the right fielder and into the sunshine. Nice job by Adam Selfridge. Will make the catch for the out. Long run for Selfridge, but he is able to make the catch for the final out here in the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the first, scoreless for the Nighthawks, and the AppleSox are due up next. You're watching West Coast League Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Our experience with NCWLIFE has been amazing.
People think television and they think it's this huge production thing. It's really expensive.
It's crazy how affordable it is. I couldn't believe it.
It's not as expensive as we thought it was going to be.
I would say I was really surprised to see that it was actually comparable to radio ads or print media.
It was really affordable.
Welcome back once again here to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, and the bearded one, Tannen Maine, is out on the mound here for the Northwest Star Academy. 6'3", 245-pound bruiser from Clark Community College. No record on the season, a 1.17 earned run average. In his 9 innings, he has, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks. It's the line on Tannen Maine, the starter here for the Star Academy. He's struck out 9 and walked 5 in his innings of work so far this season. He will face Enzo Apodaca, Jackson Vanderbray, and Zach Toya, the 1-2-3 batters for the Wenatchee AppleSox in a scoreless game here in Wenatchee tonight. Very, very hot night at the ballpark. Enzo had a good series on the road in Bend, even though Wenatchee lost all 3 of those games. Enzo was 4 for 12 with 3 runs and an RBI to go along with a strikeout and a walk. First pitch he takes for a strike with the fastball from Tannen Maine. 0-1 the count to Enzo Apodaca, batting .265 on the season, 13 ribbies, 14 stolen bases on the season for Apodaca. So he's a danger if he gets on the base pass. He'll take this pitch outside for a ball. 1-1 the count on the 980-pound redshirt freshman from Gonzaga University. Bulldog at the plate for the AppleSox. Main ready, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's low, bounces off the catcher's glove. 2-1 the count. Yeah, AppleSox lost to Bend on Tuesday 10-2 and then 21-4 on Wednesday. Lost last night to wrap up that series 8-4. Had a rally going in the ninth inning. Scored 2 runs in the ninth with 2 outs. Had the bases loaded with 2 outs, but then a strikeout ended the ball game. This pitch misses high for ball 3. 3-1 to count to the leadoff batter for Wenatchee, Enzo Apodaca. So Enzo coming off a good series down in Bend, even though the Sox didn't, the games didn't go the way they wanted. Looking at a 3-1 pitch here from Tannen, Maine. This pitch misses high for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Enzo. And for Apodaca, that is his 34th walk of the summer. That is by far and away the most of any AppleSox hitter. That'll bring up Jackson Vanderbray, batting 193 on the summer, a 6', 180-pound sophomore from Tacoma Community College. Vanderbray, we'll see if Coach Ian Sanderson plays a little small ball here. We'll see if he has Vanderbray put the bunt down. Third baseman playing back of the bag on the third base side. The pitch here is a strike called on the outside corner. 0-1 the count to Vanderbray. Vanderbray was just, 0 for 5 in the series down in Bend. So as the AppleSox look to break a 4-game losing streak, Vanderbray hoping to get things back to the way they were here a week ago. In fact, had a good night against the Yakima Valley Pippins. For the second pitch, swung on a miss by Vanderbray. The count now 0-2 in favor of Tannen, Maine. Tannen will toss over to the bag at first. Kind of a slow motion over there, and Apodaca back easily into the bag. Tannen, by the way, originally from Sandy, Oregon. Now, if you watch the Discovery Channel at all, the show Gold Rush, there was the first crew in Gold Rush that was from Sandy, Oregon. This pitch fouled back, and the count stays at 0-2. And so you look at that youngster on the mound right now, the beard and kind of a scraggly look to him. He looks similar to the Gold Rush guys from Sandy, Oregon. It was Todd and his crew. 0-2 the count to Vanderbray. Apodaca not showing like he's going to move away too far from first base. No, he will now as he goes. The pitch is high. The throw down to second base, not in time. And another stolen base for Enzo Apodaca, and now give him 15 stolen bases on the season. Leads the club in that category. The count, meanwhile, to Vanderbray goes to a ball and 2 strikes. You could tell halfway through that delivery, Maine knew that Apodaca was going for first base, so almost kind of a pitch out as that pitch went high. 1-2 now to Vanderbray. This pitch inside and hit him. So the Sox with runners aboard at first and second and nobody out. That'll bring up third baseman Zach Toya. Zach, freshman from Utah, 6'3", 200 pounds, batting .338 on the summer. These numbers I'm giving you, by the way, is combination between West Coast League and non-league. Sox have played 7 non-league games to go with their 39 league contests. Is that right? Yeah. So Toya in the batter's box. First pitch is taken for a strike, and the count 0-1 on Zach Toya. 7 extra base hits for Toya on the season. A couple of triples thrown in there. So Zach, a good guy to have at the plate right now for the AppleSox with 2 aboard. This pitch misses high for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Zach. 7 RBIs on the season. He has 1 home run. Hoping for maybe another deep shot here. Ball, I don't know how well it's going to carry tonight. It is, the air just feels thick as it's 102 at game time. 1-1 pitch swung on and hit foul, and this is going to get out of play down the first baseline behind the dugout. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Zach Toya. So the Mariners are in Texas taking on the Rangers. Let's get you an update on that one. It's the bottom, or make that top of the 6th. Mariners lead at 7-2. Big blow tonight so far for the Mariners has been a Jared Kelenic 3-run home run, and everybody hoping that Kelenic will right his personal ship. The 1-2 pitch is a curveball missing just high for ball 2. Apodaca got aboard on a walk and then moved to second on a stolen base, and then Jackson Vanderbray was hit by a pitch. That's the runners on the base paths with nobody out for Wenatchee. And a 2-2 count to Zach Toya. Tannen Main checks the runner at second base. The pitch to the plate is swung on and missed, and gone on strikes for the first out is Zach Toya. That'll bring up A.J. Guerrero. Well, A.J. joined the club late this summer and has been nothing but fantastic so far. 21 hits and 49 at-bats and 15 games, is leading the club with a .428 batting average, 14 RBIs on the summer, and a couple of home runs. That's why A.J. Guerrero is batting cleanup. Left fielder steps up, 6'1", 200-pound freshman from the University of Washington. First pitch misses high with a fastball. 1-0 the count to A.J. Guerrero. So Wenatchee had some pretty good success on the road scoring first in 2 of the 3 games against Bend, but then it was all Elks after that. So Wenatchee here with a chance in this first inning to get on the board first against their non-league opponent tonight. 1-0 pitch is high again for ball 2. A.J. Guerrero from Fife, ready to attend his freshman year at the University of Washington. Has just made an immediate and large impact on the order offensively for Wenatchee. He's also made some good plays out there in left field. 2-0 pitch to the plate, swung on a miss. He was out in front of that curveball, and the count goes to 2-1. Wenatchee 0-3 on the road at Bend this week, have their losing streak now at 4 games. Guerrero on that road trip, pretty darn good. 4 for 11 with 2 runs, an RBI. He takes this pitch for a ball. Added the count 3-1. So Maine's got to be careful with Guerrero. He's got some pop at his bat, that's for sure. Colin Villegas waiting on deck here, the DH tonight for the AppleSox. Maine ready. The runners hold. The pitch is high and away for ball 4. So the third free pass, I should say, here in the inning, loads the bases up for Colin Villegas. Colin batting .278 for Wenatchee this summer. 5'10", 190-pound junior from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Now batting for the AppleSox.
Villegas is 4th on the club in hitting. He does have 7 RBIs, a chance to add to that here and put a dent in the scoreboard for Wenatchee, which is 1 down in the top of the first. Apodaca at third, Vanderbray at second, and Guerrero at first. No place to put Villegas. First pitch to him, curveball missing away for ball 1. That was a good eye there. That's a tough one not to swing at, but I think Villegas is waiting for something with a little more heft to it. See if he could drive it. Infield drawn in on the corners. The 1-0 pitch swung on. Good cut there. It's fouled back, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, there's actually more people here than I thought there would be tonight for the ball game with these 100-degree temperatures and a very, very still evening here at the ballpark tonight. Again, every Friday that we've been here in the last, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in a row, we have had windy conditions, but not tonight. The 1-1 pitch on the way, misses high and inside for ball 2. 2-1 to Villegas with Adam Selfridge waiting on deck. Believe it or not, after this 2-game series against Northwest Star Academy this weekend, only 9 games left after this weekend for the AppleSox. Villegas back in. The pitch to him misses, bouncing in for a ball. 3-1 the count here to Villegas. No place to put him other than if he walks. Score a run. Apodaca waiting for his chance from third base. Tannen Main wiggling that right hand out there on the mound, feeling the heat of the summer temperatures in Wenatchee and feeling the heat from this pressure with a bases loaded situation with only 1 down. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. On the way to the plate is a strike on the outside corner. Now the count runs full to Villegas at 3-2. Light shadows from a light pole stretching across the mound where the big fella, Tannen Main, stands out there right now at 6'3" and 245 pounds. See what the right-hander can do with this full count pitch to Colin Villegas. It's low for ball 4. That'll score the first run of the ball game. Wenatchee leads at 1-0. Giving an RBI to Villegas. Down to third goes Vanderbray. Guerrero goes to second, and that'll bring up right fielder Adam Selfridge. Selfridge is 6'3", 190-pound junior from the University of the Pacific, batting 188 this summer. I mentioned that he was at the plate last night with the AppleSox with bases loaded. In Bend, trying to come back in the 9th inning, he ended up striking out to end that inning and end the threat and end the ball game. Now he has a chance less than 24 hours later to atone for that strikeout with the bases loaded here and only 1 down. Early in this ball game, as we have a conversation on the mound here, home plate umpire Don Burt goes out there and says, all right, we got to figure out what we're doing here, boys. Lingering on the mound is Jacob Cobb, the catcher for the Nighthawks. And there you see a good look at that bearded big fellow on the mound, Tannen Main. Out of Sandy, Oregon. And quickly, a right-hander starts to warm up down to the bullpen. So a short 2-game series this weekend and not a lot of extra bodies in the in the ballpark here for the Northwest Star Academy, and already having to maybe go to the bullpen here. First pitch to the next batter is an off-speed pitch taken for a strike by Selfridge, and the count 0-1 to Adam. Selfridge in the series against Ben was 3 for 11 with a couple of RBIs. Pitch to him here is taken low and inside for ball 1. Dimensions here at the ballpark: 335 to left, 408 to straightaway center, and 325 to right. Ball typically tends to carry on the wind that blows out to right, but definitely no wind here tonight. The 1-1 pitch on the way is outside for ball 2. So the Mariners with an early lead against Texas 7-2. We have lots of other games happening around the West Coast League tonight. Corvallis is at Bellingham. Cowlitz hosting Port Angeles. Walla Walla at Ridgefield. This pitch on a fastball misses away for ball 3. So Tannen Main is in danger of issuing another pass and another run here in this first inning without the benefit of a hit for Wenatchee. 3 walks and a hit batsman. The story so far to go along with a strikeout, the only out here in the inning. 3-1 the count to Selfridge. And the big right-hander's pitch on the way to the plate is outside for ball 4. Another run's going to score. Wenatchee leads it 2-0. Vanderbray scores on the play, giving RBI to Selfridge. Guerrero down to third base. Villegas to second. And the 7th man in the inning will come to the plate for Wenatchee in Jake Wyeth. Jake's a 5'11", 190-pound sophomore from Santa Clara. A couple of Santa Clara products here with the AppleSox, of course. Their outfielder, Michael O'Hara from Santa Clara. Another discussion on the mound here as they try to get a reliever warmed up down to the bullpen. Jacob Cobb, the catcher with the mask on top of his head there, must have said something to lighten the mood to Tannen Main. couple of fist bumps, and then Cobb will retreat back behind home plate. See if we can get a number on who's warming up down in the bullpen for the Academy. Well, he wears 35. Now, we don't know if that is coinciding with the roster we have necessarily. It would coincide, though, with a lineup card I was actually given that the coach filled out. So let me refer to that. The first pitch here swung on and missed. 0-1 to count Jake Wyeth. He was looking for a grand salami right there. Oh and 1 to count. This pitch taken for a ball, evens the count to Wyeth at 1 ball and 1 strike. 35 would be Spencer Siegel warming up down in the bullpen. And I don't know if he made the roster I have. He did not. So I don't know much about Spencer Siegel other than he's wearing number 35. This pitch swung on a miss. Another hefty cut by Jake Wyeth. The count of ball and 2 strikes. Wyeth batting .269 coming in with 7 hits and 26 plate appearances. 9 RBIs. He does have 1 home run. Boy, he could do some serious damage with a big cut right here. 1-2 the count to him with the bases jammed, 1 out and 2 runs in. Wide stance at the plate for Jake Wyeth. And the pitch to him is swung on and hit in the air. It's going to get past the diving shortstop, and that's going to bring in 2 runs for the AppleSox, and now they lead it 4-0. Give 2 RBIs to Jake Wyeth on a seeing eye single past the diving Caden Parker. Guerrero scores. Villegas scores from second base. Selfridge stops at second base on the play. And Wyeth down at first base with a 2-run single. So the Sox extend the lead to 4-0 now as the 8th man comes to the plate, and Tino Bethancourt. Still only 1 down in the inning for the AppleSox. Bethancourt trying to get a little venting in front of his uniform with a button down about 3 spots. This pitch misses low and bouncing into the catcher, Jacob Cobb. 1-0 the count to Bethancourt. Tino's batting .206 for the AppleSox, a 6'2", 190-pound sophomore from San Diego State University. Leads the team in home runs with 4 on the summer. This pitch bounces in for a ball. Good eye by Bethancourt. The count evens to Bethancourt, a 1 ball and 1 strike. So Spencer Siegel continues to warm up down in the bullpen for the Nighthawks. Meanwhile, the count 1-1 to Bethancourt. Pitch on the way to the plate, just swung on a foul at the plate, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So Wenatchee will play Northwest Star Academy again tomorrow night at 6:35 here at the ballpark. Have Sunday and Monday off before continuing the homestand, the last homestand of the season, by the way. Port Angeles comes to town on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then they'll wrap up the home part of the schedule against Cowlitz next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 1-2 the count to Bethancourt here with the bases with runners at first and second. This pitch misses high, and count runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Bethancourt. A lot of pitches here for Tannen Maine in this first inning of play for the Nighthawks. Facing his 8th man here in the bottom of the first inning. Wenatchee plating 4 runs on just 1 hit in this inning so far. Check swing. He didn't go around. He's going to take ball 4, and that'll reload the bases for Wenatchee. And that's going to elicit a visit from the dugout and a pitching change as well. So we will take a break while the pitching change is made. You're watching AppleSox baseball where the Sox lead at 4-0. Bases are jammed for Garrett Cutting coming up right after this on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
With PUD rebates, we'll give you money to upgrade your house and reduce your energy footprint.
The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakessense.org to learn more.
Welcome back once again here to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Taking over on the mound is Spencer Siegel. Don't have any information on him other than he's a right-hander, and he looks to be at about 6'2" and about probably 180. Total guess. And I'm guessing, since most of the bodies for the Nighthawks hail out of Clark Community College in either Southwest Washington or Northwest Oregon, I'll assume that's probably where Mr. Siegel is from as well. So Spencer Siegel, the second pitcher of record here for the Nighthawks tonight, after Tannen Maine just goes a third of an inning, responsible for the bases jammed here as Garrett Cutting will step up into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to Cutting is missing outside for ball one. 1-0 the count. 5 walks, 1 hit batsman, a strikeout. The line so far, and 4 runs given up by Tannen Maine to start this ball game. And the Sox not done yet, just 1 out in the inning. Here comes the next pitch. It's low for a ball. 2-0 the count to Cutting, batting 164 coming in, the 5'11", 180-pound freshman from the University of Oregon. Back in the right-handed batter's box. Shortstop for the Sox, waiting on the 2-0 pitch coming his way. And it's low for ball 3. So Wenatchee has brought 9 men to the plate here in the top half of the first inning. We'll get you some scores on the other games in the West Coast League coming up a little bit later on. The 3-0 pitch is low for ball 4, so another run's going to score on a free pass, give an RBI to Cutting. As Adam Selfridge scores on the play. Wyeth goes down to third base, Bethencourt to second base. And the first inning will continue for the second time of around. Enzo Apodaca steps to the plate. He walked and scored already in this inning and has a stolen base to his credit. Spencer Siegel working from the windup now with the bases loaded, and it's pitched low and inside, and that scrambles Jacob Cobb, the catcher, around. 1-0 the count. So Siegel in relief here is yet to throw a strike. So if you're Apodaca, I imagine you just stand there until he does so. Enzo back and ready, and Siegel ready with the 1-0 pitch on the way to the plate. Is swung on and a fly ball popped up in the infield. And Travis Helm, the first baseman, calling for it, and he will make the catch. Was not easy, but he does make the catch for the second out to the inning. Everybody will hold their base. Infield fly rule, by the way, and that'll bring up Jackson Vanderbray. Vanderbray was hit by a pitch and scored on a bases loaded walk to Colin Villegas earlier this inning. Again, Wenatchee with 5 runs here in the first and only 1 base hit. First pitch here is fouled off the foot of Jackson Vanderbray. The count 0-1 on the Sox second baseman. So we'll see if we can get update on what's happening in the West Coast League. Back to Tucker in the studios. I guess Matthew is there if you don't have him in the studio yet. This pitch is in for a strike in the count 0-2 to Vanderbray. Hit by a pitch and scored this inning. Sox with 5 runs in here in the bottom of the first. This pitch bounces in for a ball. Easy take there for Vanderbray. Well, the Mariners game's getting a little interesting down in Texas. It's the top of the 7th now. Mariners have a runner at second base. And it's 7-4, Seattle on top of Texas. This pitch misses away for ball 2. 2-2 the count. The 2-2 pitch swung on and hit the air foul down the first baseline. Long run and but playable, and right there to make the catch is Travis Helms. So nice job by him to get the final 2 outs here of the inning. That'll do it for Wenatchee. They do get 5 runs on just 1 hit. 3 men are left. We'll head to the 2nd inning of play. Wenatchee on top of the Northwest Star Academy, 5-0. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
That's it.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if we work together, we are capable of reaching heights that are impossible to reach alone. The possibilities are endless.
Well, 5-0 good guys here as we head to the 2nd inning of play. Brendan Kimball, Jacob Cobb, and Ryan Camp. The 6, 7, and 8 batters do it for Northwest Star Academy here in the 2nd inning. Northwest comes in with a record of 5-11 in play against the West Coast League. The AppleSox are 5-2 against teams not in the West Coast League, and those 2 losses came to this team back in the start of the season, June 1st and 2nd. As the Northwest Star Academy came into Wenatchee and took care of the AppleSox 8-3 and 7-6. Wenatchee hoping to turn the tables and return the favor here tonight. And off to a good start so far, leading at 5-0 as we head to the top of the 2nd inning. Brendan Kimball is a 5'11", 195-pounder from Clark Community College, batting just 107 on the season. Jack Lee on the mound, working his 2nd inning for the AppleSox in the start tonight. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch here. 0-1 the count to Brendan Kimball. Kimball is 3rd on the team with strikeouts for the Nighthawks. Takes a pitch here. It's a strike call, and the count 0-2 on Kimball. 17 strikeouts coming in 9 games up to this point. 3 hits and 28 plate appearances gives him that 107 batting average. Behind in the count here to Lee in the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit on a hop. Nice job by second baseman Jackson Vanderbray to knock the ball down, throw over to first base in time to get the out. Good job staying with it by Jackson. 4-3 on the putouts on Kimball. That'll bring up catcher Jacob Cobb. Our broadcast tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you in part by the Chelan County PUD. Ready, check, launch. Download the Chelan PUD's app at chelanpud.org/app before heading out onto the water. It'll tell you about stream flows and what's happening at the dams and things like that. So head to the chelanpud.org/app for more information. First pitch to Cobb is a swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. Cobb batting 167, 6'2", 195-pounder from Mount Hood Community College. Got to be familiar with this ballpark. Mount Hood makes its way up here during the NWAC season, play with Wenatchee Valley College. This pitch bounces in for a ball. 1-1 the count to Cobb. Nighthawks left a couple aboard in the first frame. Trying to get a runner aboard here in the second. The 1-1 pitch on the way by Lee is outside for ball 2. So we mentioned other games happening tonight. Corvallis at Bellingham. Port Angeles is at Cowlitz. Ridgefield hosting Walla Walla. Bend at Portland. And Highline at Yakima Valley for a non-league game at Yakima County Stadium tonight. The 2-1 pitch swung on, and this is going to be a base hit over the head of the shortstop, Garrett Cutting, into left field. That's where A.J. Guerrero cut it off. So the second hit of the ball game, this one sharply struck by Jacob Cobb. That'll bring up right fielder Ryan Camp. Let's get you up to date on other games that are happening tonight. Right now, I'll tell you the Bells are playing some pretty good baseball right now. They swept aside Ridgefield last week and now lead Corvallis tonight 1-0. That is in the bottom of the third at Joe Martin Field. Top of the third, Cowlitz and Port Angeles all tied at 4. It's also the top of the third inning. We're going to have a runner coming over there to first base. I didn't catch the number of that person who came out there. So, Dan, if you could swing your camera over, maybe see his back of his jersey. Not that it's going to help me all that much, but is that 14, 24, 34? I can't tell at this juncture. Pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Ryan Camp. Still trying to figure out who that is over at first base. 24. Okay, now let's see if that matches up with anybody on my score sheet. John Schleichard. So John Schleichard over there running at first base. According to my roster, this pitch misses for a ball. So let me check the lineup that was texted to me. Okay, so the PA announcer says it's Josh Schleichart, and yes, it is. So that's a courtesy runner because you can do that for the catcher who got aboard on the base hit. So Schleichart at first, running for Cobb. The count 1-1 to Ryan Camp here. Jack Lee after a toss to first base. Now the runner will go. The pitch to the plate is low and no throw by Jake Wyeth, so it'll be a stolen base for Schweikart. 2-1 to count now to Ryan Camp with a runner in scoring position. Camp out of Linfield. 5'11", 180-pounder, has a 196 batting average on the summer. 2-1 pitch is inside corner, called strike, and the count evens to Camp now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cy Steele waiting on deck. 1 down, 1 aboard here for the Northwest Star Academy. We're in the top of the second inning. Jack Lee ready. And the 2-2 pitch on the way to the plate, swung on and hit in the air to right field, and this is coming in, and a nice sliding grab by Adam Selfridge out there in right field. So a sinking line drive out to right for the second out here of the second. That'll bring up second baseman Cy Steele. Cy, another out of Clark Community College, 5'8", 170 pounds, batting 150. Wears number 62 on his back. A diminutive one at the plate here for the Nighthawks. Lee is ready. Long check and a spin around move towards second, but nobody there to cover the bag, so no throw. Long toss happening over there behind the dugout for the Academy. Man wearing number 21 over there starting to warm up. First pitch to Steele misses for a ball. 1-0 the count to Cy. Number 9 hitter in the order for the Nighthawks. Lee's delivery on the 1-0 pitch is across but inside, I guess, and the count 2-0 now to Steele. Cy Steele out of Yakima, playing for Clark Community College. So it talks about the reach of Clark Community College all over the state to draw players to Southwest Washington to play some ball. 2-0 the count to Steele here. Sun continues to sink to the west, and this hazy sky is creating for kind of a brown hue on the horizon. Jack with the 2-0 pitch. It's low for ball 3. So Lee was able to get the first down on a strikeout back in the first, and then gave up a dribbling infield single, struck out the second batter, then walked a batter, and then got a fly out to end the inning. This inning, Kimball grounded out to second. Cobb with a sharp base hit to left, and now this pitch misses for a ball. So a 2-out walk given up here to Steele, and back to the top of the order for shortstop Caden Parker. Hot night at the ballpark tonight. Braden Yukon is now warming up down to the bullpen for the Nighthawks. Wears number 56 on his back out of Vancouver, another Clark Community College product. First pitch by Jack Lee on the way to Parker is swung on a miss, and count 0-1 to Caden Parker. Parker struck out after swinging at the first 2 pitches and missing, and then watching strike 3 go by him back in his first at bat last inning. The 0-1 pitch here swung on a miss, or a foul at the plate, says the home plate umpire. And the count 0-2 on Caden Parker. So Jack Lee looking for his 3rd strikeout of the game to end a threat here in the second. 2 innings in a row that the Nighthawks have had runners in scoring position. Lee with a really long look in. He is being very deliberate in his approach here tonight. The left-hander's 0-2 pitch on the way to the plate, swung on and hit in the air to right field. Selfridge back on the ball, still going back, will take the catch, and that will retire the side. So the Nighthawks get a couple aboard. They leave 2. We will head to the bottom of the second. Wenatchee leading at 5-0. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
With PUD rebates, we'll give you money to upgrade your house and reduce your energy footprint.
The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakessense.org to learn more.
Well, we're going to have somebody that is an ornithologist to help us out on this one. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, we have 2 birds that are stowed away in the scoreboard out here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, and I cannot for the life of me tell you what they are. Those look like 2 baby birds that are about ready to leave the nest. A couple of pitches already to Zach Toya, and missing twice is Spencer Siegel. 2-0 the count to Toya, who struck out in his first plate appearance. 5-0 Wenatchee on top. Pitch on the way by Siegel, ripped hard but foul up the third base line. The count goes to 2-1. We'll see those birds again. Or Dan, did you already swing away to the field? Yeah, I guess Dan swung away to the field. He'll try to get them back there inside the scoreboard out there beyond the left center field wall. Oh, okay. This pitch swung on and hit foul again on the third base side. So they came out just, or is that Mom? Okay. So they looked bigger, maybe just because you're zoomed in there. Is that Mom? Must be. Pitch on the way to the plate here is taken for a ball. No, strike. Scoreboard says 3-2, so I'll go with that. Here comes the next pitch from Siegel. Swung on and hit in the air to left field and back on the ball. Still going back. It's over his head as Nick Lorenzo can't get up to this one. And a leadoff double stand-up for Zach Toya. Nick Lorenzo thought at first he was going to have a beat on that ball, but no. Goes all the way over his head to the wall. And the Sox have the leadoff man aboard here in the second for A.J. Guerrero. A.J. walked and scored in the first. A 5-run first inning where the AppleSox scored 5 runs with just the benefit of 1 base hit. A lot of free passes. In fact, 6 free passes in that first frame. This pitch is high and way inside. Goes behind A.J. Guerrero. 1-0 the count.
Means that there are $2 off Coors Light Pours for the next inning at our concession stand.
Okay, got some sort of a beer deal going on here at the ballpark. This pitch swung on and hit hard but foul. Up the first base side, the other way for Guerrero. The count even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Catch up to date on the West Coast League. Bottom of the fourth now, Bellingham still leading Corvallis 1-0. Port Angeles and Cowlitz tied at 4-4 in Longview tonight. That's in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the third, Ridgefield leads Walla Walla 7-0. And Portland on top of Bend now in the top of the second, 1-0. That game got underway just a few moments ago. I guess 7:05 was the game time for that game in Portland tonight. 1-1 the count to Guerrero. This pitch swung on and hit to the second baseman, fumbled it. Now throws to first base in time. Meanwhile, down to third goes Toya on the play. 4-3 on the putout. First out here in the second for Wenatchee brings up Colin Villegas. Colin was the first of 3 bases loaded walks in that first frame for the AppleSox. So the Sox collecting ribbies without the benefit of a hit, although Jake Wyeth had a nice 2-run single for the Sox in that first inning. First pitch here is taken for a strike, 0-1 the count to Villegas. We'll get you back to the Mariners here in a moment, find out what's happening in that game. 5-0 here, and this pitch swung on and hit foul into the net behind home plate by Villegas. The count 0-2. 0-2 count on Villegas. Runner at third base working from the windup. This pitch swung on and hit to the shortstop. He'll throw to first and get the out there, but the run will score. Sox lead it 6-0. 6-3 on the putouts. Give an RBI to Villegas. 2 outs in the inning. Toya scores on the play, and that'll bring up Adam Selfridge. I think I've been saying Adam. I'm sorry. It's Aiden, of course. My apologies to Aiden. First pitch misses to Selfridge. Second pitch from Siegel on the way is a little outside for ball 2. Selfridge also with a bases loaded walk and an RBI in the first. He also scored a run. 2-0 count in his favor here with 2 down and 1 in the second. Nobody aboard, and this pitch misses inside for ball 3. Boy, Mariners, interesting one here tonight as it's now the top of the 8th in Texas. Mariners lead it, but that margin growing thinner here. 8-5 now. Mariners on top of Texas. This pitch ripped to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding first and holding there will be Aiden Selfridge. Sharp 1 or 2 out single to left field, and that'll bring up catcher Jake Wyeth. Jake, speaking of sharply hit balls to left, had a 2-run single to left in his first plate appearance tonight with 2 RBIs. And for Jake, those were his 10th and 11th RBIs on the season for the AppleSox. First pitch to him here, swung on a foul back, the count 0-1 on Wyeth. So Wenatchee coming into tonight in the second half standings on the bottom of the stack, looking up right now at 4-11. Of course, they cannot improve on their league standings here this weekend with these non-league games against the Northwest Star Academy. This pitch misses for a ball. 1-1 to count to Wyeth. Sox are 6 games back of Yakima Valley in the North Division standings. Bellingham in second right now, 2 games back. Port Angeles in third, 4.5 back, and Walla Walla 5 games back at 5-10. Now, Yakima Valley won the first half crown. If they win the second half crown, then the second best record, overall record in the West Coast League's Northern Division, team with the second best overall record will get the second spot in the playoffs. Fouled here at the plate by Wyeth. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes on the catcher for the AppleSox. So right now, the team with the second best record overall is Bellingham at 19-20. AppleSox and the Sweets are 5 games behind Bellingham for the second best record. This pitch swung on a line drive right to the right fielder, and that'll be out number 3 for Wenatchee. Sox get a run on a couple of base hits. They leave a man. We'll head to the third inning of play. Wenatchee leading at 6-0. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hi everybody, in North Central Washington, I'm Dan Kuntz and I do the honors each and every weekday morning at 7 a.m. to bring you live local news, local weather, local sports. It's called Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's a fun show. I enjoy doing it. I invite you to watch it. It's Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. live right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. I interview movers and shakers. We have a good time. Start your day live and local. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here with yours truly on the NCWLIFE Channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
A sneak peek into the dugout for the Wenatchee AppleSox between innings here as we get ready for the third inning of play as the Sox lead the Northwest Star Academy 6-0 here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Quadrice Teague, Jack Thompson, and Nick Lorenzo due up for the Nighthawks here in the third as they have a couple of hits in the ball game but nothing to show for it so far. Jack Lee working his third inning of start tonight for the AppleSox. Nobody warming up down to the bullpen. Quadrice Teague in the left-handed batter's box, and the first pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Teague with a soft ground ball in the gap between Garrett Cutting and Zach Toya at short and third. Got an infield single in his first plate appearance, so he's 1 for 1 tonight. And the 0-1 pitch by Lee, swing and a miss on a nasty curveball. The count goes to 0-2. Well, there you see some of the fans behind home plate here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Of course, the AppleSox, as mentioned, after the 2 games this weekend, just 9 games left of the regular season. Swing and a miss. Gone on strikes for the first out here in the third is Quadrice Teague. That is the third strikeout of the ball game for Jack Lee, and that'll bring up third baseman Jack Thompson. So Jack versus Jack here in the top of the third. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Global Car Care. Excellent customer service for imported, domestic, and diesel vehicles. Global Car Care, they speak your car's language. First pitch from Lee is in for a strike. 0-1 the count to Thompson, who struck out swinging in the first. One of three strikeout victims for Jack Lee here in the ballgame. Big number 72 in the back of the left-handed batter's box, and the 0-1 pitch to him. Curveball misses just inside for ball one. 1-1 the count to Thompson. 6'1", 205 out of Lewis and Clark. Second leading hitter on the club with a .265 average for the Nighthawks. The 1-1 pitch from Lee is a little low for a ball. 2-1 the count. So the Mariners bullpen had been doing so well. Kind of a little leakage here tonight in Texas. 8-5 to score, top of the eighth inning. Curveball here, oh my, that looked good, but I guess a little outside for ball three. So with his three strikeouts, Jack Lee also has a couple of walks so far. Left-hander adjusts himself and ready for the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and hit hard. That's going to get down for a base hit in front of Enzo Apodaca out there in center field. So the third hit of the ball game puts a runner on with one down here in the third for the Nighthawks, and that'll bring up Nick Lorenzo. Lorenzo walked in the first, but was stranded at first base in that first frame. Nighthawks have left 4 men on the bases here so far in this ball game. Check the numbers on Thompson here. Has just 1 stolen base on the season, so I don't think he's a threat to run over there at first base. Lee with a high leg kick. The curveball misses outside for ball one to Nick Lorenzo. 1-0 the count to the left fielder for the Nighthawks out of Clark Community College. On the season as a team, the Nighthawks just with 11 home runs. This pitch also missing for a ball. 2-0 the count to Lorenzo. Team lead in home runs, Kiffer and Oyen, as well as Nickel, with 2 home runs apiece for the Nighthawks. None of those players are in the lineup here tonight. Here comes the 2-0 pitch on the way to the plate. Swung on and fouled into the glove of Jake Wyeth, and the count goes to 2-1 on Lorenzo. 1 on, 1 down here in the third for the Northwest Star Academy. Well, the AppleSox leading this one 6-0. The 2-1 pitch is a fastball taken all the way for a strike, and the count evens down to Lorenzo at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thompson with a short lead over at first base. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on a miss. Second strikeout of the inning. 4th of the game for Jack Lee. Nice fastball there. 2 down here in the third. That'll bring up first baseman Travis Field. And in foul territory to put away a threat for the AppleSox in the last frame. And now steps up 0 for 1 tonight with a fly out to right fielder Adam Selfridge to end the first inning. Jack Lee with the first pitch to Travis Helm. On the way to the plate is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1 to count. After losing the first 2 games of non-league play against this team to start the season, Wenatchee won 5 straight in non-league action. 0-2 pitch here misses inside. And the ball lost for a moment, but right under the feet of Jake Wyeth, and Thompson doesn't offer to go anywhere over there at first base. One-on-one the count to Travis Helm. runner from first goes. The pitch is high. The throw down to second base, and not in time. How about that? Only second stolen base of the season for Jack Thompson. The count runs to 2-1 on Travis Helm. Two-one count to Helm. Pitch on the way to the plate is a little bit high for ball two, or ball three. 3-1 now to Travis Helm. So kind of an adventuresome outing again here for Jack Lee tonight. Still no activity in the AppleSox bullpen down the left field line. 3-1 to count with 2 down and a runner at second base for the Nighthawks. And the pitch on the way by Jack Lee on the way to Helm is hit him. So he's given up, has Jack Lee 3 walks of the ball game, and now a hit batsman. Puts runners at first and second. Then brings up Brendan Kimball. Kimball 0 for 1. He grounded out to second in the second. AppleSox trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, and boy, did they have an off night on the mound on Wednesday in Bend. 20 free passes, 13 walks, and 7 hit batsmen. Pitch here is a fastball taken for a strike by Kimball, 0-1 to count. Kimball grounded on an 0-2 pitch to Jackson Vanderbray, who gobbled it up and threw him out to start off the second inning. We're in the third. Sox lead at 6-0. 0-1 pitch by Lee is a curve, missing just 1-1 to count. The 21-4 game on Wednesday tied the mark for the most runs ever given up by the Sox. 21 runs, the most ever given up on the road by Wenatchee. The 17-run differential, the largest, tied the mark for the biggest losing margin. It broke the mark for the biggest losing margin on the road. 17 runs, also the biggest winning margin by Bend in the series between the two teams. And the 25 runs, the most combined runs in the series. Fastball here misses for ball 3. So he got ahead of Kimball, but now has fallen behind 3-1. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. Jacob Cobb hoping for a shot, waiting on deck here. Jack Lee would love to just get this out somehow or to other. The 3-1 pitch to Kimball is swung on and missed. He was out in front of that pitch, and the count now runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Jack Thompson out at second base. Travis Helm at first base will be going on the pitch here with 2 outs and a 3-2 count to Brendan Kimball. Fans start to applaud and try to help Jack Lee get the final out. The pitch swung on and fouled out of play on the first base side. That's going to get back into the basketball/tennis courts off to our right here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, and the count goes to 3-2, or stays at 3-2, I should say. So here we go again, all over. Thompson at second, Helm at first. They break the swing and a miss on the 3rd strike, and that'll be it for the Nighthawks. They get 2 aboard on a hit batsman and a base hit. They leave 2. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Wenatchee leading at 6-0. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hey, all you kayakers, suppers, fisher people, boaters, and splish splashers. Water levels can change quickly. But don't worry, we've got an app for that. It's called Current. Check it out in the App Store and in Google Play. Hey, all you kayakers, suppers, fisher people, boaters, and splish splashers. Water levels can change quickly. But don't worry, we've got an app for that. It's called Current. Check it out in the App Store and in Google Play.
Yes, we would all love to have a crystal ball to tell us precisely where the local economy and real estate market is headed in 2021 and in the near future. However, what we do have here at NCWLIFE Channel are local experts we connect with every week to give us the inside scoop on all you need to know about your home and our local real estate market. Join me each week while we find out what's happening in the greater Wenatchee Valley. I'm your host, Crystal Hughes, and you are watching At Home with NCWLIFE.
Well, for the first time in a while here in north central Washington and the Wenatchee Valley, we have some clouds on the horizon, some moisture coming in our way this weekend, but boy, hot temperatures as we started the game tonight. 102 degrees, but you see the remnants of a little smoke mixed with the clouds and a beautiful sunset looking off to the west here from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Fantastic shot by our own Josiah Davison. Thank you, Josiah. So we head to the bottom of the third inning. Tino Bethencourt, Garrett Cutting, and Enzo Apodaca, the 8-9-1 batters, due up for Wenatchee in a 6-0 ball game. Sox lead it here. The windup and delivery by Siegel is in there for a strike, 0-1 to count. The basic third inning of relief here for Spencer Siegel, backing up Tannen Maine. And the 0-1 pitch to Bethencourt is swung on a miss, and the count 0-2 quickly on the Sox first baseman. Tino walked in the first inning. Got as far as second base before the inning came to an end as Wenatchee brought 11 men to the plate in that 5-run first frame. This pitch swung on and fouled away, and the count stays at 0-2 on Tino Bethencourt. AppleSox Baseball brought to you by Laura Mounter Real Estate, voted world's best realtor in the Valley. That's Laura Mounter Real Estate. Well, the real estate market is something else right now, that's for sure. And it's not just here, nationwide. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a little low for a ball. 1-2 the count. So we're going to get some help from our Facebook viewers, and we apologize. We understand that for whatever reason, Facebook kicked us off. Probably heard some of the music on the PA system here, and we're at a live sporting event. Heck, we can't control that. This pitch is strike three called on the outside corner, so gone is Bethencourt. There you go. There's Mama Bird. Dan Kuntz showing us the birds out there. Now, are the birds still up in the girder of the... Yeah, looks like they are. Yep, there they come. It's dinner time. Just got a little food from Mama. We're trying to figure out what kind of bird those are. So if you could help us with the bird identification on our Facebook feed, we would appreciate it. First pitch misses away to Garrett Cutting, 1-0 the count. Now the little ones are hiding out inside that girder that's holding up the scoreboard, bottom part of the scoreboard here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on and hit hard but fouled on the third base line and into left field. 1-1 the count to Garrett Cutting, who walked with the bases loaded in the first for an RBI. So still trying to get his first official at-bat of the night. As we're in the third, Wenatchee up 6-0. 1-1 the count, and the delivery by Siegel on the way is almost hitting him as it came way inside. The count goes to 2-1 on Garrett Cutting. So we'll have to get your help on that if you can on the Facebook feed. Tell us what kind of birds you think those are out there in center field. This pitch swung on and fouled off the foot of Cutting, evens the count to 2-2 strikes. Top of the ninth now in Texas. The Mariners still holding on to an 8-5 lead over the Rangers. Of course, Seattle coming in 2.5 games back in the wild card race behind Oakland. We'll catch you up to date on other American League West scores as well. This pitch misses for a ball. 3-2 the count on Cutting. Let's see here. Oakland leading the Angels 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. That is in Anaheim tonight. Swing and a foul down the first baseline and out of play. The count stays at 3-2 on Garrett Cutting. Houston is in San Francisco taking on the Giants, and those two teams are knotted at 2, but Giants threatening here, bases loaded, bottom of the third. Again, Houston and San Francisco tied at 2. Base on balls here issued to Garrett Cutting, his second walk of the ball game, and back to the top of the order for the AppleSox for Enzo Apodaca. Enzo got up twice in the first inning. He walked and scored and popped out to the first baseman. See if there's any other American League West action tonight. We'll see. You've got teams playing each other, except for Houston and San Francisco, so that's it. So we'll keep you up to date on the Mariners here this evening in Texas. Top of the ninth, 8-5, Mariners on top. This pitch swung on and popped up shallow center field, and this is going to drop in like a can of corn out there, and nobody's going to get it. So a little bloop single for Apodaca, and runners at first and second with one down for the AppleSox brings up Jackson Vanderbray. Vanderbray also got up twice in the first. He was hit by a pitch and scored, and then popped foul to the first baseman as Travis Helm made the final 2 outs of the first frame. Pitch swung on and hit on a ground to the second baseman. Double play chance. The throw is a little high at first, but they got him. 4-6-3 double play, and that'll do it for Wenatchee here in the third frame. We'll head to the fourth inning. Sox lead it 6-0. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Thanks for joining us for AppleSox baseball here on the NCWLIFE Channel. You see some fans that are braving the heat to come out to the ballpark here tonight at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. So we head to the fourth inning of play. Sox lead at 6-0. Jacob Cobb, Ryan Camp, and Cy Steele do up the 7, 8, 9 batters for the Nighthawks to face Jack Lee, who's, well, he's had pressure on the base paths each inning. 6 men stranded on the base paths for the Nighthawks here so far. Cobb will lead it off. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit to left. And the first pitch here misses high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Got to make sure this is in fact Jacob Cobb, because the man at the plate has a different number than what we have for Cobb. So let me check on that. This pitch is outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. So this is 55. And that would be Brett Joner. So a pinch hitter. So Brett Joner, make sure I got that name right. Yeah, Joner from Amboy, Washington, at Linfield. Batting now for the Star Academy, and he'll get 4 quick pitches out of the strike zone for a leadoff walk. So it's the first time that the Nighthawks have had the leadoff man aboard here in the ball game. That'll bring up Ryan Camp.
Now batting for the Northwest Star Academy, right fielder number 6, Ryan Camp.
So again, Brett Joner is out there at first base with a leadoff walk here in the fourth. And the pitch on the way to Ryan Camp is missing outside for a ball. So 5 straight balls out of the strike zone by Jack Lee here. Jack hit a batter in the last frame. Also has 3 walks on the night for the AppleSox. The 1-0 pitch instead is a move to first, and back to the bag safely is Joner. A little activity down in the bullpen area for Wenatchee. Some stretching going on, but nobody throwing right now. 1-0 the count to Camp, and the pitch to the plate is off the glove of the catcher, goes all the way to the backstop. That's going to let Cobb get down to second base on a wild pitch, and the count now 2-0 on Ryan Camp, and suddenly Jack Lee can't find the strike zone. Jack coming into the ball game had 14 strikeouts and 13 walks, so that's a split you really don't like to see if you're working on your control issues. Here comes the 2-0 pitch, swung on and hit in the air, and that's going to get down for a base hit to left field. And that is going to hold the runner at third base on a quick job by Guerrero out there in left center to come up with a baseball on a single to left. Runners on the corners here with nobody out for the Star Academy. That'll bring up Cy Steele. Cy walked on 4 straight pitches in the second. So the Nighthawks with a chance to break into the scoring here tonight, trailing at 6-0. Nobody out, and Steele at the plate. Small target for Jack Lee. The pitch to the plate is high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Yeah, the only strike that Jack Lee has thrown in this inning so far was the base hit a second ago by Ryan Camp. 1-0 the count here to Cy Steele. Will Camp go from first base? He'll hold. Pitch to the plate, high and away for ball 2. And Jack Lee really having a hard time right now. Looks like a right-hander starting to get adjusted down in the bullpen for the AppleSox. Nobody out. Joner at third. Camp at first. Pitch to the plate, swung on a miss, and the count goes to 2-1 on Steele. Number 9 man in the order here for the Northwest Star Academy. Toss to the bag at first, not in time. Meanwhile, the runner from third, Joner, takes a peek. That ball gets away. He was going to scamper home for the Nighthawks' first run of the game. 2-1 the count to Steele here. And Lee again going to toss to the bag at first, a little high on the throw to Bethencourt. Good look at the relationship of the runners on the bags right now for Jack Lee. The 2-1 pitch to the plate, swung on and fouled back, and the count now even to Steele at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Be huge if Jack Lee could get a strikeout here. That takes pressure off the infield. They drop back in double play depth. In fact, they are at double play depth right now. So with a 6-0 ball game, they'll give up the runs, or they run, I should say, to get the double play chance. 2-2 the count to Steele. Runner from first will hold. The pitch to the plate, curveball swung on and chopped towards the second base bag. Throw to second for 1. The relay to first, not in time, so a run will score as Cobb will come home on the fielder's choice. 4-6 on the put out on the fielder's choice. Camp erased for the first down. Steele at first. And back to the top of the order for Caden Parker for the Nighthawks. Caden's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right field. 1 run in, it's a 6-1 ball game now, and the pitch to the plate is a curve in for a strike at the count 0-1 on Caden Parker. Parker, 2 times to the plate tonight, has fallen behind 0-2. First time he struck out looking. Second time he flew out to right to end the second inning. 0-1 pitch from Lee here is swung on and fouled back at a count 0-2 again. So the theme continues for the number 1 man in the batting order for the Northwest Star Academy. We'll get you a Mariner update here in a moment, as they were in the top of the ninth, the last check, with the Mariners on top of Texas. Bethencourt keeping the runner at first base. Lee's delivery to the plate, curveball swung on and hit on a hop past the second baseman into right field. Runner is going to hold at second base as Aiden Selfridge kind of fumbled with the ball a little bit out there. But a base hit with 1 down puts runners at first and second here for the Star Academy, and that'll bring up Quadrice Teague. Teague is 1 for 2 with an infield single and a strikeout. 1 of 4 strikeouts, make that 5 strikeouts in the ballgame here for Jack Lee. Infield in on the corners, looking for a double play ball. Chance here. Pitch on the way is a curveball strike on the outside corner to Quadrice Teague, 0-1 the count. Check in on the Mariners again. Top of the ninth inning, Mariners have the bases loaded, leading at 8-5. Fouled back by Teague in the count 0-2 here to the center fielder for the Nighthawks. Jared Kellenick, who is 2 for 4 tonight with a 2-run, make that a 3-run home run. At the plate right now with the bases loaded for the Mariners and 1 out. Fastball misses away for ball 1 to Teague, 1-2 the count. So the Mariners maybe trying to get a little insurance here on the top of the ninth down in Texas. Nighthawks have scored 1, 2 on the pond right now, and a 1-2 count to Teague, and check swing. Did he go? Paul Weddle says no, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Don Burt behind home plate calling balls and strikes tonight, getting some help out on the bases from Paul Weddle when needed. You see Mr. Weddle there on your screen, bending over right in the middle of everything behind the pitcher's mound, shying towards the left field side. And the 2-2 pitch from Jack Lee on the way to the plate is low for a ball, 3-2 the count. There is a right-hander warming up down to the bullpen for the AppleSox, and I believe that is number 28, who would be someone who's not on my list. Of course not. Full count to Teague here with runners at first and second. The runners hold. The pitch to the plate is strike 3 called. Tried to check a swing, but didn't do it. So the second out is a huge strikeout here for Jack Lee. And that is his 6th strikeout of the ballgame. That'll bring up third baseman Jack Thompson. Thompson is 1 for 2. He struck out in the first and singled to right in the third. So he'll step up with 2 on and 2 outs and 1 in for the Nighthawks in a 6-1 ball game. Pitch to the plate is a curve strike called 0-1 the count. Beautiful pitch there from the lefty to the lefty at the plate for the Wenatchee AppleSox. 0-1 the count to Thompson. And the pitch by Lee swung on and fouled at the plate. The count goes to 0-2. Jack Lee looking for his 7th punch out of the night, and that would get him out of this 4th inning and just give up the 1 run. Joner started things off with a walk. Camp singled, and then Cy Steele hit into a fielder's choice that scored Joner from third base. Parker singled. Teague struck out. And now 0-2 the count to Thompson. Pitch to the plate is a little outside, and boy, Jake Wyeth thought that was strike 3. He started walking towards the dugout. 1-2 the count to Thompson. So you've got Steele out there at second base, Parker at first base. 2 down, and a 1-2 count to Jack Thompson. The pitch by Lee swung on a fly ball to right field, but over is Selfridge. Plenty of room out there, and he'll make the catch for the out. One of those nights where you're thankful there's no breeze out to right field. So that'll do it for the Nighthawks here in the fourth. They get a run on a couple of base hits. They leave two. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. It's now 6-1. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
If Bigfoot can get cash back with a PUD rebate on heat pump water heaters, so can you. The rebates are real. Save $800 on your next water heater. Visit conservationmakesense.org to learn more. If Bigfoot can get cash back with a PUD rebate on new insulation, so can you. The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakesense.org to learn more.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Welcome back once again to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, where the AppleSox lead the Northwest Star Academy by a score of 6-1. Joined by a special guest right now on top of the third base dugout. We've got the AppleSox mascot, Coyote, joining us here on the broadcast. How are we doing tonight, Coyote? We're good. Yeah, it's been a good night so far. Paws up, thumbs up, and this pitch swung on and hit the gap to left center, but right there will be center fielder Quadrice Teague for the first out, so one pitch and one out. I'll tell you, it was a couple of Fridays ago when the AppleSox were trailing. Didn't look good against the Cascade Collegiate All-Stars, but the Coyote came over here, gave us a fist bump, and then the whole thing turned around, and then it happened that night. They turned around and won the game, so it was good luck to have the mascot here for the AppleSox join us on top of the dugout. You got any special dance you're doing tonight or anything like that? Oh, okay. Oh, that dance. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. That works. That works. Well, thanks for joining us, Coyote. I'll let you go entertain the crowd here. And good to see you again, of course. Always good luck here. This pitch grounded to the shortstop, and Parker is there. The throw to first base is in time. And so a couple of pitches, couple of outs for the AppleSox here in the fifth inning. That'll bring up Colin Villegas. Villegas is 0 for 1 tonight. Grounded out to short in the second and walked, scored a run, and walked with the bases loaded for an RBI in the first. So he's got a couple of RBIs on the night. And the pitch by Siegel on the way to the plate is in there. No, I guess a little outside the strike zone for ball one. 1-0 the count to Colin Villegas. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning here with Wenatchee leading at 6-1. And the pitch by Siegel is inside for ball two. See if the Mariners were able to get any runs with that bases loaded situation in the ninth inning. It is the bottom of the ninth now, when Seattle did score a run, so it's 9-5 now, heading into the bottom of the ninth. This pitch misses way high for ball three. 3-0 the count to Villegas. Aiden Selfridge waiting on deck for the AppleSox. Spencer Siegel came in with one out in the first, has been pitching ever since. This pitch swung on a popped up, foul territory, third base side, and no problem for third baseman Jack Thompson. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 story for the Sox here in the fourth. We'll head to the fifth inning of play. 6-1, Wenatchee leading. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Our experience with NCWLIFE has been amazing.
People think television and they think it's this huge production thing. It's really expensive.
It's crazy how affordable it is. I couldn't believe it.
It's not as expensive as we thought it was going to be.
I would say I was really surprised to see that it was actually comparable to radio ads or print media.
It was really affordable.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
To the fifth inning we go, 6-1 Wenatchee on top of the Northwest Star Academy. Nick Lorenzo, Travis Helm, and Brendan Kimball do up here in the fifth inning, the 4, 5, and 6 batters in the lineup. We're having a little competition to see, just a little fun here for our camera folks tonight. And Dan talking to the outfielders. Now, wait a minute. That's not fair, Dan. I mean, Dan's out there talking to the center fielder, Enzo Apodaca, who you see on your screen there. Did you tell him to say hi, Mom? Yeah, okay, I got you. Lorenzo starts it off. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the first and struck out in the fourth. We do have a new pitcher on the mound for the AppleSox now. And it's 26, Jeffrey Heinrich will take over for Jack Lee. So Heinrich on the mound now for the AppleSox. He's a 6'3", 185-pound right-hander, redshirt freshman from Santa Clara. Another one of those Santa Clara boys. And Heinrich on the season making his 8th appearance. Has a 9.44 earned run average. In 7 2/3, he's allowed 7 earned runs on 7 hits. 9 strikeouts to go with 9 walks. The line for Jeffrey Heinrich coming in here for the AppleSox. We'll get to the numbers on Jack Lee coming up in a moment. But with the new pitcher, Nick Lorenzo will lead things off. And the first pitch from Heinrich on the way to the plate is a fastball low and away for ball 1. So Jack Lee goes 4 innings. Allows the 1 run on 5 base hits for the visitors here tonight. That 1 run was earned. Fastball here in for a strike, and the count evens to Lorenzo at 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's see, 5, 6 strikeouts on the night for Mr. Lee. The 1-1 counts to Lorenzo. Here is a strike called on the lower portion of the strike zone. 1-2 the count to Lorenzo. Walks were a little bit of an issue again tonight for Jack Lee in his start. In fact, 1 walk came around to score on him. This pitch misses just outside, evens the count at 2-2 to Lorenzo. Here to start off the 5th in a 6-1 ball game. So 3 walks and 1 hit batsman tonight for Jack Lee. So he is out, and Jeffrey Heinrich is in, facing his first batter, and the count remains at 2-2 to Nick Lorenzo. He'll be followed by Travis Helm and Brendan Kimball here due up in the 5th inning for the Nighthawks. Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way to the plate by Heinrich. It's swung on and missed, and a strikeout to start the inning here for the Nighthawks. Brings up the first baseman, Travis Helm. AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you by Mini Blinds and More. They specialize in custom blinds, shades, draperies, exterior awnings, and exterior sunscreens. Unlimited customer service. Get a hold of Mini Blinds and More. Helm trying to get aboard safely for the first time tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd and flew out to right in the 1st. First pitch here misses low and away for ball 1. 1-0 the count. So the Sox second man to be on the mound tonight, Jeffrey Heinrich from Santa Clara, taking over for Jack Lee here for the AppleSox in the 5th. The 1-0 pitch to the plate is a strike on the inside corner. 1-1 the count. So, of course, the Mariners make big news with the trade for Diego Castillo. And by the way, he's making his debut for the Mariners in the 9th inning tonight in Texas. Strike on the curveball here, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Travis Helm with 1 down here in the 5th inning. So Diego Castillo now has 2 outs in the 9th inning in his debut in a Seattle uniform. Strange week for the Mariners in the trade front. The 1-2 pitch swung on and hit foul up the first baseline, so the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Still 2 outs in the 9th. Mariners leading at 9-5 over Texas. Trying to snap a 2-game losing streak after dropping 2 to Houston. Curveball misses outside for a ball. 2-2 the count to Helm here, with a 1 down in the 5th for the Nighthawks. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel and on our Facebook stream tonight, as well as our website at ncwlife.com. If you missed any of our broadcasts, by the way, you can find them on our website. Just click on full episodes, swing and a foul back into the netting behind home plate, so the count stays at 2-2 on Travis Helm. Just go to full episodes and then scroll down and you'll see sports broadcasts, and you can click on that and it'll take you to all of our AppleSox games we broadcast here on the NCWLIFE channel. Now, we missed one earlier in late June because it was 119 here at the ballpark, so we decided not to put our gear or our people at risk. This pitch swung on and grounded to the shortstop. In on the play is Cutting. The throw to first, though, takes the first baseman off the bag. And aboard, I'd give him an infield single for Travis Helm. Long run in. Cutting was playing deep in the hole at short. They're going to give an error on that? Oh, my. I would not give an error on that. But they did. So E6 on the board out there. So the first error of the ball game puts a runner aboard with 1 out. Brings up Brendan Kimball. Kimball with a strikeout and a ground out. Sox would love to get a ground ball here. Fastball inside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count to Kimball. And it has gone final in Texas. Mariners win it 9-5 tonight over the Rangers. Logan Gilbert gets the win. He goes to 5-2. Colby Allard takes a loss. He goes to 2-9 on the season. So the Mariners get the win. This pitch low and away for a ball. 1-1 the count. Get you up to date on other scores in the American League tonight, the American League West tonight. Bottom of the 5th in Anaheim. Oakland still leading Los Angeles 1-0 in that one. And Houston and San Francisco still tied at 2 in the top of the 5th. Ball misses for a ball. 2-1 the count to Kimball now. So there you go. That's the latest on what's happening in the American League tonight as the Mariners win at 9-5. We'll get you up to date as well on the West Coast League. Curveball here misses low for ball 3. So Heinrich in relief struck out the first batter he faced. And then a ground ball, they say a throwing error on the shortstop, Garrett Cutting, put Helm aboard at first. And now he's fallen behind 3-1 on Brendan Kimball. Right-hander ready, and the pitch to the plate is a curveball, strike called on the outside corner. 3-2 the count now. Oh, excuse me, a strike 3 call. My bad there. 2 down in the 5th. Second strikeout in relief here for Heinrich, and that'll bring up Brett Joner. Brett came in to relieve or pinch hit for Jacob Cobb. And the pitch here gets away from the catcher, so down to second base goes Travis Helm on a wild pitch. 1-0 the count to Joner. So Brett taking over for Jacob Cobb at the catching position. And a 1-0 count to Joner now with a runner in scoring position and 2 down here in the 5th inning. Fastball low for ball 2. Corvallis coming back on Bellingham now. That's in the top of the 8th at Joe Martin Field in Bellingham, and Corvallis now leading that one 2-1. Bellingham had the early lead 1-0 in that one. Fastball swung on a chop towards the second baseman. Only play will be to first base, and that's where they need to go with it, and that's the final out of the inning. 4-3 on the putout. The Nighthawks get a runner aboard on an error. They leave a man. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Wenatchee leading at 6-1. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Our experience with NCWLIFE has been amazing.
People think television and they think it's this huge production thing. It's really expensive.
It's crazy how affordable it is. I couldn't believe it.
It's not as expensive as we thought it was going to be.
I would say I was really surprised to see that it was actually comparable to radio ads or print media.
It was really affordable.
Let's face it, selling your good used vehicle can be a hassle, if nothing else. Consign your vehicle here at Global Elite Motors. When you do, you'll get the best possible price because of our proprietary selling system. We offer the ability to finance, add warranties, take trade-ins, and much, much more. Each consignment vehicle we represent is thoroughly inspected and marketed to attract qualified buyers. Let us help sell your quality vehicle. Buying a vehicle? Consigning a vehicle? Stop by Global Elite Motors on Wenatchee Avenue at Global Car Care.
Aiden Suffridge, Jake Wyeth, and Tino Bethengord do up here in the 5th inning for the Wenatchee AppleSox, leading at 6-1 over the Northwest Star Academy. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Eric Granstrom here, field side, above the third base dugouts, watching this one from a unique perspective that we have here at the ballpark. Because there's just honestly no room in the press box. And we say press box, we put the air quotes around the phrase press box. It was a temporary construction in 2001 that I helped build. It literally was put on sleds, on skids, because it was supposed to be a temporary thing. It's been here ever since, 20 years later. Selfridge looks at the first 2 pitches, missed the strike zone from Spencer Siegel, and the 2-0 pitch is low for ball 3. Selfridge walked with the bases loaded for an RBI and scored in the first. He also singled to left in the second, so he's 1 for 1 tonight. Ahead in the count here at 3-0. Pitch to the plate, swung on a well-hit ball to right center field. This is going to get past everybody and go all the way to the base of the wall. Rounding first, heading for second. Selfridge going to round second, head for third. Here comes the throw in. It will be behind the runner, and a stand-up triple for Aiden Selfridge. That is Selfridge's 6th extra base hit of the season, his first triple for the AppleSox. And it's a leadoff triple here in the 5th inning. And Jake Wyeth will now step up with a chance to get an RBI home for the AppleSox and extend a 5-run lead. Infield drawn in to try to keep that from happening. Pitch on the way by Siegel to the plate is inside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Jake Wyeth. So the Mariners get a 9-5 win on the road at Texas tonight. It seems the 2 teams kind of mirrored each other this week. By the way, the AppleSox and the Mariners. This pitch misses for a ball. Mariners were losing on Tuesday and Wednesday. AppleSox lost on Tuesday and Wednesday. Mariners lost in a blowout. This pitch swung on a grounded hard towards the dugout on the AppleSox side. Look out! 2-1 to count here to Wyeth. Some jocularity in the dugout for the AppleSox as somebody wasn't paying attention to the game there, sounds like. 2-1 to count to Jake Wyeth here. Pitch to the plate, swung on and fouled back, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff triple for Aiden Selfridge, standing 90 feet away from pay dirt here for the AppleSox. 2-2 the count to the catcher for the Sox, Jake Wyeth. And the pitch by Siegel on the way to the plate is low for a ball. Count runs full now to 3-2. Tino Bethencourt waiting on deck for Wenatchee. AppleSox with 6 runs on 5 hits and an error. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Nighthawks here tonight. The 3-2 pitch from Siegel swung on and hit the air to right field. This should do it to score the run. Right fielder over makes the catch. Ryan Camp will throw the ball in, but it will be way behind as tagging from third and scoring on the play is Selfridge. And the Sox now lead it 7-1 and give a sac fly and an RBI for Jake Wyeth. 1 out, nobody on now for the AppleSox. Brings up first baseman Tino Bethencourt. Tino walked in the first, struck out looking in the third. Just 1 strikeout in relief for Spencer Siegel, and a swing and a miss here by Bethencourt. So Bethencourt, the only strikeout victim by the reliever on the mound, as they have another right-hander and a left-hander warming up in the bullpen. A swing and a foul to the plate, and the count goes to 0-2 on Bethencourt. Got 67 and 24 warming up down in the bullpen for the Northwest Star Academy. We'll get you up to date on the rest of those scores from the West Coast League coming up here in a moment. Delivery here swung on and hit fair ball down the left field line. Rounding first, heading for second, Tino Bethencourt, and the throw in will be cut off at a stand-up double for Bethencourt. Second extra base hit to the ball game in this inning for the AppleSox. That'll bring up shortstop Garrett Cutting. Okay, so 24 would be Josh Schleichart. So Schleichart was a courtesy runner earlier in this ball game, so he wasn't officially in, so he could be a reliever, I guess, out of the bullpen. And then 67 down there. This pitch swung on and hit in the air down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball from second heading to third. Meanwhile, the runner at second going to be tagged out on the play. So Garrett Cutting give him a base hit and then thrown out. 9-6. Bethencourt winds up down at third on the play. So 2 down for the Sox and back to the top of the order for center fielder Enzo Apodaca. And I don't have 60 whatever on my lineup card from the coach here. So again, we'll be figuring that out as we go. Swing and a miss by Apodaca, who is 1 for 2 in the night. He walked and scored in the first and then popped out to get the second out of the first inning as the Sox brought 11 men to the plate in that first frame. And then pop single to shallow right center. This pitch swung on and hit foul. Look out, heading towards my pickup truck. And I heard a big thump back there. Maybe that was our van. Malcolm, was that you? 0-2 the count to Enzo Apodaca here with 2 down and a runner aboard. And the pitch to the plate is a curveball missing outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Enzo out of Gonzaga University. So a triple by Selfridge to start the inning, and then he scores on a sac fly by Jake Wyeth. Double by Bethencourt. He's now at third with 2 outs. And the 1-2 pitch to Apodaca swung on and hit hard. That's going to drop down for extra bases as well. All the way to the fence. RBI double for Enzo Apodaca. Is he going to try for 3? He will. The relay to third base. The head first slide, and he's safe at third. Gets up and pumps his fists over there at the third base bag, looking into his dugout. Give an RBI and a triple off the base of the wall for Enzo Apodaca. Bethencourt scores easily on the play. It's now 8-1 Wenatchee with 2 runs in here in the frame. And for Enzo Apodaca, that is his second triple of the season. Showing the wheels, and he was not letting up as he rounded second base. Close play at the bag at third, but no, says the umpire. Jackson Vanderbray takes strike one to him, 0-1 the count. Jackson 0 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch and scored, and then popped foul and then grounded into a double play. This pitch swung on a rip down the left field line. That's going to be another extra base hit. Another run's going to score for Wenatchee. And how about the Sox here in the 5th inning? Extra base hits around. Double for Vanderbray. Scoring is Apodaca. It's now 9-1 Wenatchee. So that's 2 triples and 2 doubles in the inning for Wenatchee, and that brings up third baseman Zach Toya. But first, discussion on the mound here. I'm going to see maybe if Spencer Siegel has seen the better of his evening. They do have a right-hander warm in the bullpen for the Northwest Star Academy, and their coach is going to leave him in. Jeff Bard came out to check on his reliever and going to go ahead and leave him in there with Zach Toya coming to the plate. 2 runs, make that 3 runs are in here in the frame for the Sox. And the last 2 coming with 2 outs. Enzo Apodaca with a RBI triple, and now Jackson Vanderbray with an RBI double. Now Zach Toya steps to the plate for the AppleSox. He's got a double tonight. First pitch to him is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. 7th man coming to the plate here in the 5th inning for Wenatchee. Pitch by Siegel is on the way. Siegel, I should say. It's in there for a strike, and the count evens to Toya at 1-1. Zach struck out swinging in the first, doubled and scored in the second, and flew out to center in the 4th. The 1-1 pitch to him here swung on and popped up in the infield, and this should be an easy play for the shortstop, and Parker will be there to squeeze for the final out. But the AppleSox get 3 runs on 4, make that 5 hits. They'll leave a man. We'll head to the 6th inning of play. Wenatchee now leading at 9-1 over the Northwest Star Academy. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
With PUD rebates, we'll give you money to upgrade your house and reduce your energy footprint.
The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakessense.org to learn more.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
Yep, it's even tough for cameramen, ladies and gentlemen. Levi and Josiah taking a little break between the innings here atop the first base dugout. Boys, it's time for baseball. Time for baseball. Yeah, come on in. 9-1 our score. And the radio voice of the Wenatchee AppleSox, Joel Norman, joining us here on the broadcast on the NCWLIFE Channel. How you doing, Joel?
I'm pretty good.
This is a good way to rid yourself of the negativity that just happened over the last 3 days.
You know what? I was just going to say that it's a nice part as well. It's also really nice for me to be coming down here again, but it's going in the AppleSox way this time.
Well, and that I had the Coyote here earlier, and it was against the Cascade Collegiates a couple of Fridays ago where things were not going well. And the Coyote came up, gave us a fist bump or a paw bump, whatever you call that, and things turned around right there. So the Coyote was here earlier, and I said, that is good luck. So anytime the Coyote can come, and you too.
Oh, we appreciate that.
Although when you were here last Friday, was a little different circumstance.
It was a much different game, but it's nice to go this way. I figured I was passing by. I was going to go ask Allie something. And I thought, hey, you know what? I owe Eric a trip for a good game.
Second inning of relief here for Jeffrey Heinrich, and he has fallen behind in the count 2-1 to Ryan Camp. And I'm basically naming the Northwest Star Academy Clark Community College Extension Summer Ball.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a nice opportunity for them, though, to get the chance to compete this summer.
Well, and they've done well. I mean, 5 wins against the West Coast League, including 2 against us to start the season. So nothing to sneeze about.
And tonight's starter for them, Tannen Maine, had a ton of success this summer prior to tonight. Just had trouble finding the strike zone against the Sox.
Yeah, he did. 3-1 count. The pitch swung on a miss, had him fooled there, and the count runs full now to Ryan Camp. Camp is 1 for 2 on the night with a line out to right. That was a good play by Aiden Selfridge out there, and a base hit to left in his last plate appearance in the 4th.
I was going to say the dugout sure sounds more excited tonight than a week ago.
Oh, yes. You know what, though? We talked about it, though. They were even boisterous in behind that game. I mean, it was a 15-to-whatever ball game at that point, and came back with a late little surge there. And they were in it the whole game. Even though it didn't happen on the field, at least the dugout was supportive of everybody, at the plate.
That's what I've loved about this team all year is it's a really, really good group of guys. And that's just, you can't ask for much more than that each summer. You might not win every game. You're definitely not unless you're Corvallis.
Yes.
But, you really want to have a good group of players you can be proud of. And I think we really have one this summer.
Heinrich's 3-2 pitch high and over the head of Camp. So leadoff man aboard on a walk here for the Nighthawks. Will bring up second baseman Cy Steele. Cy is 0 for 1 tonight. Walked in the second, got aboard on a fielder's choice in the 4th.
Are you familiar with Jeffrey Heinrich's situation?
No.
So about
Tell me more.
I think it was 17 or 18 months ago now. He had Tommy John surgery.
Oh, no kidding.
Has not pitched at college yet for Santa Clara.
Swinging a foul back by Steele here, 0-1 to count.
So
that's quite the success story then, happening right here in Wenatchee this summer.
Exactly, yeah. So his first time on the rubber was back in June against Bellingham, and he got out of a bases-loaded jam. And, he's had an up-and-down summer, but this is a really important one for him as he's kind of building his arm back together.
Absolutely. 0-1 to count. And, that's something we've talked about with Ian. Talked about it here a couple of weeks ago, was it last week when we had Jake Hughes on the broadcast, pitcher for the AppleSox, that everybody's under kind of a different circumstance when they come here or when they go to any summer collegiate situation based on what happened to them or what's going to happen to them when they get back to college. Tossed down to the bag at first. Close play on a snap throw by Jake Wyeth. Count even now to Steele at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that's the challenge for head coach Ian Sanderson. You have to manage, 30-some different players who all have different schedules. This guy can go 2 innings. No, he can't go 3, though.
1-1 to count here to Steele, the number 9 batter in the order. Runner will hold. The pitch swung on a miss, and there goes Steele. And I guess I was a little behind in the scoreboard there, so that's a strikeout. 1 down here in the 6th.
My storytelling.
Having a conversation with our good buddy Joel Norman. How you feeling, by the way?
I'm good. Yeah, I wasn't doing too great.
Have you had that happen where you couldn't make a road trip before?
I had never missed a road trip due to illness before this year. And this is the most games I've missed in a year. Riley went on one road trip earlier this year. We were going to let him go on one. He did a nice job in Port Angeles. I was fine then. I joked with our general manager, Ali Schenk. I should have just gone on that one.
Strike 1 called to Caden Parker here. Leadoff man is 1 for 3 in the ball game with a strikeout, a flyout, and a single to right in his last plate appearance in the 4th. Toss to the bag at first. That's kind of an awkward toss over there. Bethencourt behind the play. How about the trades here in the last several days in Major League Baseball?
What is this, the NBA now? The way players are changing teams?
Yeah, it seems everybody wants to go to Los Angeles.
That's right.
Fastball misses up. Boy, he's got some pretty good pop on that fastball.
He does. And you can tell it's getting up there. He was hitting 90. We had the TrackMan data up there, and our statistician, Terry Ayton, was reading it off. He was topping at 91, but consistently hitting 90 on his fastball.
That's good. That's good, especially coming back from surgery like that. Here comes the 1-1 pitch on the way to the plate. It is outside for a ball. 2-1 to count to Caden Parker.
And Riley and I were talking about that, too. There's no guarantee with Tommy John surgery. I think we just assume the guys are going to be stronger after it. There's just no guarantee, but we just take for granted how
taking a piece of a cadaver and putting it in your body. You never know what's going to happen with that. This pitch high and inside, missing for ball 3. 3-1 to count to Parker here. So I can't believe, Joel, that after this weekend, only 9 games left.
Yeah, and only 6 more home games after tomorrow night. Isn't it crazy how fast the summer just flies by?
Suddenly August is here. 3-1 pitch is missing outside for ball 4.
A week from today is going to be a fun one, though, Eric. I don't know if you know about this one. We've got Hawaiian night next Friday.
I heard Riley talking about it when I was listening to the road game the other night in Bend. And that's a fun one. Sunny FM, of course, the station of record for the Wenatchee AppleSox, the AppleSox radio network with, I think, 900 stations around north central Washington where you can hear it.
Give or take, 300 on a Tuesday if it's sunny out. Oh, wait a second. We live in Wenatchee.
Yeah,
of course it's sunny out.
And it's Sunny FM, by the way.
Exactly.
So, But so tell us about that. You have to be here to win.
You do. Yeah,
but you have a chance to win something pretty darn cool.
Yes, you do. It's a really, really fun night because if you come here to the ballpark, each inning we're going to call out a different ticket number. So just by coming and going to the baseball game, you are eligible. I haven't even said the prize yet. That's what's so exciting about it. I'll tell it in a second.
0-1 the count to Quadrice Teague, and this pitch inside and hit him, so ouch. And he'll get aboard, and suddenly it's a sticky situation here in the 6th inning for young Jeffrey Heinrich with the bases jammed now and 1 out, and Jack Thompson stepping to the plate. So, Joel, what could we win?
You could win a free trip to Hawaii on Hawaiian night. How fitting is that?
How fun is that?
Yes, but
now it's an interesting promotion of how you win.
That's right. Yeah, like I said, so each inning we're going to call out a different ticket number. Now, after all 9 innings, we're going to have 9 contestants down on the field, and they're going to roll coconuts. Now, I always say the advantage of this is if you are one of the later ones, so you know where you have to put the coconut.
Sure.
But the closest to home plate, if not on it, wins the vacation.
Ah, okay. All right, so we're getting the tape measure out on this thing?
Oh, of course, always.
Strike called to Jack Thompson, 0-1 to count, with bases jammed here for the Nighthawks here in the 6th inning in a 9-1 Wenatchee lead. So that's a week from tonight.
A week from tonight.
It's Hawaiian night here at the ballpark with Sunny FM. Who's the travel agency involved in that?
I believe it's still Journey Travel.
Journey Travel?
I'm remembering right.
They are typically the ones, so that makes sense. And I know they team up with Dave Harold on Sunny FM all the time. So strike called. So that's a good way to start this at bat here for Jeffrey Heinrich. Ahead in the count to Thompson at 0-2 with the bases jammed and only 1 out. See if he can induce maybe a strikeout here. The 0-2 pitch on the way is inside and almost hit him. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes to Thompson.
So you might see me sneaking out of the press box tonight, buying a ticket to the ball game. Never been to Hawaii.
No, wait a minute. You cannot qualify.
Cannot
to
qualify.
Win that, and I know I can't qualify to win that too. But you can qualify if you're watching. So
That's
be sure
right.
and be here next Friday night for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Swing and a fly ball to right center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit and score 1 at least. Apodaca comes up with the ball. Strong throw into the infield, but then the relay to second base goes scooting out to the outfield. So an error going to cost the AppleSox here. So give an RBI on the base hit to Thompson as Camp will score on the play, and then Parker will score on an error on Tino Bethencourt on the throw. Quadrice Teague winds up down at second base. Thompson at first base. So 2 runs are in the frame and still only 1 out. Brings up Nick Lorenzo. But you have to be here to qualify.
Got to stay
to be drawn as a contestant, and then also hang around for after the game's over to bowl your coconut.
That's
now they're going
right.
to bowl from right at the mound down to home plate or thereabouts.
I think if you're going to win a free trip, you have to do it from the rubber.
Okay.
But I don't make all the rules, so they may not do that.
Okay. Pitch here to the plate is a swing and a miss. And we've got a pinch hitter in the ball game now. And I'll have to refer to, I do have numbers here, but they don't always, it is Schleichart. So Schleichart is up at the plate now. He was a courtesy runner earlier.
Baseball, you do not have courtesy runners, but I believe in the non-league games, you let the rules stretch a little bit.
Yeah. So Schleichert at the plate with runners at first and second, 2 in, 1 out. And the 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on and hit to the third baseman. Nice job knocking it down. Nobody will score. Toya, he's had an adventure at the third base bag both here and away. But that's a good job just knocking that ball down, because that could have easily gotten past him into left field for a run-scoring single at least.
We've seen that a few times with this infield, but they've done a good job keeping the ball on the infield. Tolia he covers a lot of ground over there, but that one just it kind of ate him up on the corner. I'm impressed he kept that where he did, but now it sets up the bases loaded situation.
Yep, second error. Let's see, they're going to call it an error or a hit. Looks like they're going to call it an infield single. Yeah, that's a tough play there. This pitch swung on the ground to the left side, and backhanding the ball is cutting. The throw to first base, not in time. Another run's going to score here. Infield single for Travis Helm, give him an RBI.
Keeps the bases
so
loaded,
they're making a game of this, that's for sure. With 3 runs in the inning, it's now 9-4. And looks like we may get a pitching change here for the AppleSox. So while that is being made, we will take a break and come back with a 9-4 ball game. Bases jammed, still only 1 out. And the 8th man coming to the plate here in the 6th for the Nighthawks. We'll come back next year. You're watching AppleSox Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if we work together, we are capable of reaching heights that are impossible to reach alone. The possibilities are endless.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC.
With PUD rebates, we'll give you money to upgrade your house and reduce your energy footprint.
The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakessense.org to learn more.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
An average first pitch on the way to the plate is in there for a strike, which is what you love to see from your reliever as he greets Brendan Kimball with a strike. So Jeffrey Heinrich goes an inning and a third. He is responsible for all the men on the base paths, and that means 3 right now with the bases jammed and an 0-1 count to Kimball. Pitch to the plate by Brady, missing away for a ball. 1-1. Joel Norman, AppleSox radio voice, joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. This is going to be nice to have Riley Chestnut helping you out on the broadcast. So you can just kind of, go around and kiss some babies and,
That's right.
Shake some hands. And
just trying to do all that. Getting my presidential platform ready someday, right?
Pitch misses away for a ball. 2-1 to count.
No, it is really nice. Riley's done a great job on the radio. He's been a great assistant. It was a unique situation, I know, for him with me coming back, and I've been really grateful for his work this year.
2-1 to count. Pitch by Brady. Swung on a miss, and the count goes to 2-2 on Kimball. Mentioned Kimball out of Clark Community College, and a lot of the Nighthawks from Clark Community College batting just 107 coming into this game here tonight. 2-2 count to him, and boy, this would be huge for Alex Brady if he could get a strikeout to get the second out of this inning. Pitch on the way. Swung on a miss, and just like that, he gets the strikeout for the second out. And the ninth man will come to the plate in Brett Joner.
You know, the nice thing right here, Eric, is we got a couple of LSU Tigers working together. Alex Brady and Jacob Wyeth as well.
Yeah.
Kind of neat when you see that. You don't see it all too often in this league.
No, definitely not. Definitely not in the West Coast League, that's for sure. So Brady with the bases jammed and 2 down now. And the pitch here is a strike to Joner, 0-1 the count.
So this is the beauty of being in the know, Eric. We just got word.
Okay.
After 7 innings, they're going to call this game. Looks
they
like
are.
Northwest Star doesn't have enough pitching options.
Yeah, I was looking
tonight.
at their dugout, and I was like, oh, my, I don't know if they got enough arms here. Pitch is outside for a ball. Might we see the situation we did with the Cascade Collegiate where they rousted a couple of kids here locally from Wenatchee and Eastmont to come and pitch for them?
Maybe tomorrow if they need them, but at this point in the night, probably not.
Okay. So
I don't know if you can sign contracts mid-game for that same game.
This pitch swung on and hit in the air to right field, and out goes the second baseman. Nice job by Jackson Vanderbray. He'll make the catch there. And that'll do it, but they do get 3 runs. They leave 3 big ones out there on the pond. We will head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's now a 9-4 ball game. You're watching AppleSox baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel.
All right, guys, it's time for...
Hi, everybody. In North Central Washington, I'm Dan Kuntz, and I do the honors each and every weekday morning at 7 a.m. to bring you live local news, local weather, local sports. It's called Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's a fun show. I enjoy doing it. I invite you to watch it. It's Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. live right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. I interview movers and shakers. We have a good time. Start your day live and local. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right here with yours truly on the NCWLIFE Channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Well, thanks for joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. This game now will be shortened to 7 innings because of a pitching situation for the Northwest Star Academy. They still got another game to play tomorrow against the Wenatchee AppleSox. Christian Peters will be the 3rd man to pitch here on the mound after the Spencer Siegel goes 4 1/3 for the Northwest Star Academy. He came in, gave up a bases-loaded walk in the 1st inning with only 1 out, got the final 2 outs of the inning. That run, though, was not accounted to him. He does give up 4 runs in his 4 1/3 innings of work. 7 hits. All 4 runs were earned. And now Christian Peters takes over on the mound for the Northwest Star Academy, a 6'2", 215-pounder out of the University of Portland. Well, that's number 67 on the roster. I'll check the lineup card in a minute. First pitch here swung on a rip to right center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit for A.J. Guerrero, his first hit of the night. Comes on the first pitch here in the 6th inning. Let me check my lineup card on my phone from the coaching staff here for the Northwest Star Academy. It could be Jake Trupp that's on the mound. I'm afraid I don't have a 67 on the lineup card given us by the coaching staff. This pitch goes all the way to the backstop, and down to second base on the wild pitch goes A.J. Guerrero. 1-0 the count to Colin Villegas. Villegas is 0 for the night so far. Walked and scored and had an RBI in the 1st, grounded out in the 2nd, then popped foul in the 4th. So Villegas hoping to maybe drive in a run here after the AppleSox gave up 3 in the top half of this inning. This pitch goes all the way to the backstop, and Down to third base on a wild pitch goes Guerrero. 2-0 the count to Villegas. So now the Sox have a chance to add their 10th run of the ball game, put some double digits on the board again here in the 6th inning. Fly ball to the outfield seems like it would accomplish that feat. And 2-0 the count here to Villegas. And the pitch on the way, swung on a foul at the plate. The count goes to 2-1. Our broadcast tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel is brought to you by One Way Construction. Your project, your way. Call 509-679-3256 today. Online at onewayconstruction.com. 2-1 the count to Villegas here. And the pitch by Peters is low for a ball, 3-1. Aiden Selfridge waiting on deck. He's had a good night tonight. 2 for 2 with a couple of runs, a couple of RBIs, a triple, a single, bases loaded walk. 3-1 pitch, swung on and a fly ball deep to left field. This one's going back and it will be gone. A 2-run home run for Colin Villegas. And the AppleSox extend their lead to 11-4 for Villegas. That is his second home run of the season. Guerrero scores. And there you see Colin Villegas. No doubt on that one from the junior from San Paulo, make that Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Another extra base hit tonight for the AppleSox. How about it for Wenatchee? A double in the second. 2 triples, 2 doubles in the 5th, and now a home run here in the 6th. So it's been a long ball type of night for Wenatchee. Selfridge takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1 to count. We mentioned Aiden with a triple in his last plate appearance to start off the 5th inning. And the pitch by Peters to the plate bounces in for a ball. 1-1 to count to Aiden Selfridge. 2 in, nobody on, and nobody out here in the 6th inning for Wenatchee. Again, we just heard from Joel Norman, voice of the AppleSox on radio, that this game will be called after the 7th inning. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Our broadcast tonight also brought to you by Sangster Motors, home of the all-electric Hummer EV and SUV. Order yours now. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors. 1-2 the count to Selfridge in the right-handed batter's box, and the pitch on the way to him misses high for ball 2. Well, we know the Mariners won tonight in Texas 9-5. We'll see what is going on with the rest of the West Coast League now. Pitch to the plate, misses away with a fastball here, and the count runs full to Selfridge at 3-2. Top of the 8th inning in Longview. No, excuse me, that's not in Longview. It's in Ridgefield. Raptors all over the Walla Walla Sweets tonight, 14-2, as Selfridge takes ball 4. So he'll head down to first base. So 14-2, top of the 8th inning, Ridgefield over Walla Walla. Sweets have really just kind of taken a nosedive here. Cowlitz blowing out Port Angeles. This was a 4-4 game at one point. It's now 13-4 at the top of the 9th inning at Longview tonight. Meanwhile, they've gone final in Bellingham. Corvallis comes from behind to beat Bellingham tonight, 2-1. And in the top of the 7th, Bend, who's caught fire here lately, after taking 2 of 3 from Walla Walla, they swept Wenatchee and now leading Portland 5-2. So the Elks trying to make a late season push in the South Division. Jake Wyeth at the plate now for the AppleSox. With Selfridge at first base, a swing and a miss here. 0-1 the count to Jake. Or excuse me, 1-1 the count to Jake Wyeth. Wyeth with a 2-run single in the first, lined out to right in the second, and flew out to right for a sacrifice fly in the 5th. Bouncing ball in here and down to second base. Hustles Selfridge on the wild pitch. Took a while for Joner to find that baseball. He finally does. And the count 2-1 now on Jake Wyeth with a chance to pick up an RBI with a runner in scoring position. Again, thanks to Joel for stopping on by our broadcast location here on top of the third base dugout. Voice of the AppleSox. You can hear all the games on Sunny FM throughout north central Washington. This pitch goes all the way to the backstop. And so a wild hair here by the reliever, Christian Peters. And the count goes to 3-1 on Wyeth. Again, we think this is Christian Peters. He's number 67 on the roster for the Northwest Star Academy. Gentleman out there is wearing 67. We didn't have a 67 on anybody that was, now this pitch goes all the way to the backstop, but Selfridge is going to hang out at third base here on a wild pitch walk. So runners at the corners with nobody out for Wenatchee, and that brings up first baseman Tino Bethencourt. We have bugs here at the ballpark that are chewing me up right now. They're eating my legs like crazy. And I don't know if they're mosquitoes or what they are. Something's getting me, that's for sure, on a still night here at the ballpark. Conversation on the mound here. They do have another right-hander warming up down to the bullpen. But again, we talked about how this game was being cut short tonight because of the lack of pitching available for the Northwest Star Academy here in the ball game. And so this game will end after 7 innings. 2 runs are in on the 2-run home run by Colin Villegas to left field. So Villegas with 3 RBIs on the night and a couple of runs scored. Second game we've broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel where Colin has hit home runs. So I guess the TV's lucky for Colin. His 2 home runs on the season have come under the lights and in front of the cameras here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Tino Bethencourt will now step up for the Wenatchee AppleSox. I got flies buzzing around at the scorer's table here. I got something that ate on my right calf. Bugs all over the place.
Number 8, Tino Bethencourt.
So Bethencourt is 1 for 2 tonight officially with a double and a run scored. First pitch here is a swing and a miss. 0-1 the count to Tino. Walked in the first, struck out looking in the third, and doubled and scored a run in the 5th. That's the night for Tino. Back in the right-handed batter's box, and the pitch on the way to him is a strike called on the inside corner. 0-2 the count. 2 aboard for the AppleSox on the corners with nobody out here in the 6th inning, as they now lead it 11-4 over the Northwest Star Academy. The 0-2 pitch on the way to the plate is bouncing in for a ball. Everybody holds their positions, and 1-2 the count. AppleSox baseball brought to you by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since 1962. That is Save Mart. 1-2 the count to Bethencourt. Back in the right-handed batter's box, and the pitch to the plate is high and away for ball 2. So again, we're saying this is Christian Peters on the mound. Not quite sure if it's actually Christian Peters or not, but we're going with that. Peters with a 9.94 earned run average, making his 6th appearance of the summer. Pitch misses low and away for a ball. 3-2 the count now. Peters had coming in 6 strikeouts with 8 walks coming in, and he's given up 2 walks back-to-back here after giving up a 2-run home run to Colin Villegas. His pitch is high for ball 4. So back-to-back walks have loaded the bases here for Garrett Cutting. Cutting is 1 for 1. He's walked twice, and also a base hit and an RBI with a bases loaded walk in the 1st inning.
Cutting.
So Cutting, actually he's 1 for 1. He had a base hit and then was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double in the 5th. First pitch he takes for a strike. 0-1 the count to Cutting here. 0-1 pitch on the way is high for ball 1. Again, the AppleSox will host the Northwest Star Academy tomorrow night, 6:35 game time. They'll have the day off on Sunday and Monday before Port Angeles comes to town to begin the final home stretch of the season for the AppleSox. This pitch is missing for a ball, 2-1 to count to Cutting. Port Angeles in town for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be back here next Friday for the Cowlitz first game of the 3-game series as the AppleSox wrap up the regular season here at home. Again, a fastball missing high for ball 3. So it's been an adventure for Christian Peters. Gave up a leadoff base hit to A.J. Guerrero and then a 2-run home run to Colin Villegas and then 3 walks in a row with the bases loaded. Now a 3-1 count to Cutting. Pitch on the way to the plate. Swung on a miss. And the count runs full to Cutting at 3-2. Enzo Apodaca waiting on deck for the AppleSox. Pitch on the way to the plate is high and away for ball 4. So another bases loaded walk given up by the Academy. This will score Selfridge from third base. Wyeth will go to third. Bethencourt to second. And back to the top of the order for Enzo Apodaca. And that'll be it. We'll get a new pitcher coming in. We'll take a break and come back. You're watching AppleSox Baseball here on the NCWLIFE Channel. 12-4 our score. We're back after this.
Hey, all you kayakers, suppers, fisher people, boaters, and splish splashers. Water levels can change quickly. But don't worry, we've got an app for that. It's called Current. Check it out in the App Store and in Google Play. Hey, all you kayakers, suppers, fisher people, boaters, and splish splashers. Water levels can change quickly. But don't worry, we've got an app for that. It's called Current. Check it out in the App Store and in Google Play.
Yes, we would all love to have a crystal ball to tell us precisely where the local economy and real estate market is headed in 2021 and in the near future. However, what we do have here at NCWLIFE Channel are local experts we connect with every week to give us the inside scoop on all you need to know about your home and our local real estate market. Join me each week while we find out what's happening in the greater Wenatchee Valley. I'm your host, Crystal Hughes, and you are watching At Home with NCWLIFE.
Well, still nobody out here in the 6th inning for Wenatchee as they bring the 7th man to the plate in the inning. 3 runs are in already. Bases are jammed for Enzo Apodaca, and Hector Infante, who is an infielder, will come in and pitch here. And the first pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0 the count to Enzo Apodaca. Enzo is 2 for 3 on the night. He walked and scored on the first, popped out in the first, singled in the third, and then tripled for an RBI in the 5th, excuse me. 2-0 count to Enzo here. And the pitch is taken for a strike, and the count goes to 2-1. Again, Hector Infante is listed as an infielder, 5'8", 170-pounder from Clark Community College. A strike here called, and the count now even to Apodaca at 2-2. Bases jammed for Wenatchee. 3 runs in already. This pitch misses away for ball 3. 3-2 the count. So no place to put Enzo for Hector Infante. So Christian Peters comes in and can't get it out. And he's responsible for all 3 on the base pass. Pitch here is ball 4. So another bases loaded walk for Wenatchee. Give an RBI to Apodaca as Wyeth will score. It's now 13-4. And that brings up Jackson Vanderbray. Vanderbray is 1 for 3 tonight, excuse me. Has an RBI double in his last plate appearance in the 5th. First pitch misses here to Vanderbray. 1-0 the count. Zach Toya waiting on deck. Still nobody out for Wenatchee here in the 6th inning. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. This might be trouble. It's shallow center field, and second baseman goes out, drops the baseball. Run's going to score. Everybody is safe, and the ball goes sailing into the dugout. So we're going to get another run scored on the air on the throw by the second baseman, Cy Steele. So I think they're going to give a base hit and an RBI to Vanderbray as Bethencourt scores on the play, and then Cutting comes home on the error on the throw. Apodaca winds up down at third base, and Vanderbray ends up down at second base on the throw. The umpires are talking it over here whether or not the second baseman held the ball long enough to be considered an out. So I think that's what they're talking about here, and no, it was not. And it will be an RBI for Jackson Vanderbray, and it will bring the 9th man to the plate here for the AppleSox in Zach Toya. And still nobody out. So second time tonight, the AppleSox have batted around. A swing and a miss, or they're going to say a foul at the plate. 0-1 to count to Toya here. Again, this game will come to an end after 7. Pitch swung on a fly ball to right center field. Right fielder Over will reach up and make the catch. Meanwhile, tagging from third and heading home on the play is Apodaca. Another run's going to score. Give a sac fly and an RBI to Toya. Down to third base goes Vanderbray. First out of the inning. And we'll go back to where things started with A.J. Guerrero. They're going to have a discussion here as to whether the runner from third left early. Apodaca, I believe, was telling on himself. Okay, so he left early. So that run doesn't count. And I believe I heard Enzo say, I left early from down in the third base dugout. So that'll be out number 2. So that run won't score, so take that one off the board. And a swing and a miss here. We've got a pinch hitter. No. That's A.J. Guerrero. So 0-1 to count to Guerrero. Swing and a foul back, and the count 0-2 on A.J. So now 2 out in the inning. And I think it's kind of a mercy situation here with the game being 16-4 on the board. 6 runs are in here in the inning. And the pitch to the plate is swung on and missed, and that'll do it for Wenatchee. So we'll head to the 7th inning. Wenatchee in charge here, 16-4, leading the Northwest Star Academy. We'll come back with more here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium right after this.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Welcome back here to the ballpark at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium as we head to the 7th inning. Apparently, there's a marriage proposal or a marriage demand. That seems more like a marriage demand for Janet, whoever Janet is. So I guess, Janet, we'll be waiting your answer. You can message us on Facebook, I guess, if you want to marry whoever was asking. I don't even know who. I don't know what camera angle that was. So we've got 3 cameramen here tonight. So there may be matrimonial future for Levi or Josiah or Dan. I don't know. That's the question to be answered here. Meanwhile, we've got a new pitcher on the mound for the AppleSox, I believe here. And is that 32? Yes, I believe it is. And of course, I don't have a 32 on my roster. Lucas Banning is who they're telling me is now pitching for the AppleSox. Okay, so I'll go with that. So Lucas Banning.
Now batting for the Northwest Star Academy, number 6, Ryan Campbell.
Ryan Campbell started off here in the 7th inning. Last gasp for the Nighthawks. And the new pitcher, the pitch swung on and hit on a hop right to the second baseman. Right there is Vanderbray. And 4-3 on the putout for 1 out. So Lucas Banning out there on the mound here for the AppleSox. And I don't have him anywhere on the roster, but apparently he's a big fan favorite here, as well as his teammate favorite. As you hear the roar on a strike call to Cy Steele. 0-1 to count. Here comes the pitch by Banning on the way. It's a curveball. Ooh, misses low for a ball. 1-1 to count. So I believe Lucas Banning, didn't he pitch for the Cascade Collegiate All-Stars? I think so, here a few weeks ago. Pitch misses low for a ball. 2-1 to count. And isn't Lucas in guest services for the AppleSox? I don't think he's actually a member of the team, is he? Well, he's out there in uniform right now. 2-1 pitch is a little bit high for a ball. 3-1 to count. As Lucas Banning now taking over for the AppleSox. 4th pitcher of the night. By the way, Jack Lee stands to win this one. 3-1 pitch, swung on and hit on a couple of hops. Backhanding his Vanderbray. The throw to first base is in time to get him. So 2 down in the 7th. Back to the top of the order for Caden Parker. Raucous dugout for the AppleSox here. Heralding the man on the mound right now, Lucas Banning. Banning's pitch to the plate, curveball, misses way high for ball 1, 1-0 to count. Parker, by the way, is 1 for 3 on the night. He did score a run as his last appearance in the 6th. Pitch swung on and hit. Here's Vanderbray, a chance to get all 3 assists, and he does. 4-3 on the putouts. Vanderbray takes care of the side here in the 7th. And the AppleSox win this one. 15-4 is the final. It might say 16 on the scoreboard, but they gave one and took one away in that bottom of the 6th. So 15-4 should be our final score here. We'll take a break, come back and wrap it up here in just a moment on the NCWLIFE Channel. Thanks for watching.
Sponsor of the AppleSox Kids.
If Bigfoot can get cash back with a PUD rebate on heat pump water heaters, so can you. The rebates are real. Save $800 on your next water heater. Visit conservationmakessense.org to learn more. If Bigfoot can get cash back with a PUD rebate on new insulation, so can you. The rebates are real. Visit conservationmakessense.org to learn more.
The Wenatchee Valley. Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
So the Wenatchee AppleSox get a victory here tonight by a final of 15-4 over the Northwest Star Academy. 15 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors for Wenatchee, 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for the Northwest Star Academy. Winning pitcher tonight, Jack Lee. He goes 4 innings, allowed 1 run on 5 hits, struck out 6, and walked 3. So Jack Lee gets his first victory to improve to 1-2 on the season. The loss will be tagged on Tannen Maine. The starter just went a third of an inning. He gave up 5 runs on 1 hit. He walked 5, hit a batter, struck out 1. So it was a tough 1 inning, not even an inning for Tannen Maine. He'll take the loss here tonight for the Northwest Star Academy. Meanwhile, the hitting star tonight, down in the lineup for the Wenatchee AppleSox, it's Aiden Selfridge. He goes, 2 for 2 on the night with 3 runs and an RBI and a triple. And, of course, you can't forget the home run, 2-run shot by Colin Villegas. He gets 3 RBIs on the night for the AppleSox. And Enzo Apodaca continues his hitting streak. He gets 2 hits and 3 plate appearances. He does score 3 runs and also has an RBI. And that will do it here on the line for the Wenatchee AppleSox as they get their 6th win in non-league play. Overall, they'll improve to 20-27 on the season. Meanwhile, the Northwest Star Academy drops to 5-12. They'll be back here to do it again tomorrow night at 6:35 here at the ballpark. So be sure and come out and join all the festivities here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. A day off on Sunday and Monday, and then the AppleSox will be back at it here as the final homestand of the season is underway, with Port Angeles coming to town on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we'll be here as Cowlitz is in town. It's the Bears and the Sox. Again, the final score here tonight, 15-4. The AppleSox get the victory and snap a 4-game losing streak. On behalf of our entire crew here tonight, for Dan Kuntz out there in center field, for Levi Day, as well as Josiah Davison on top of the first base dugout, to Malcolm Whitehall, who's been cramped up in the van, and to Tucker Wagner, and to Matthew Baxter back in the studios. I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks for joining us for AppleSox Baseball. Have a great weekend. Be safe and sane, and we'll see you again here next Friday. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Wenatchee AppleSox Baseball on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Apple Valley Honda, Chelan County PUD, Global Car Care, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Mini Blinds and more, One Way Construction, Sangster Motors, and Save Mart. This has been a special presentation of NCWLIFE Channel Sports. We now return you to our normal programming already in progress.